from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 present the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by Crucial. We are back with day number 2 of the Qualifier 1, where the round of 64 matches are going on currently. There's a lot of matches that are happening in the background, but we've got 4 special ones that we're going to be showcasing today on the broadcast, and you guys hopefully are going to be enjoying this one just as much as we are. I'm Universe, and with me today I've got my man OG, and we're going to be taking you through the storylines of what we are going to be seeing today. Starting off with the first matchup is going to be OnlyFriends against VDAB. And I don't know who VDAB are, but we do know who OnlyFriends are. So let's expect a good matchup between these two. And OG, how are you feeling about today, man? Welcome. This is your first day in the Challenger Series.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, man. It's been a little time from since we've been, at least I've been on Valorant. So yeah, it's a good refreshing change, at least from my ranked history. And you know, talking about history, OnlyFriends, a really good history that they've been having here at the Esports Club tournaments, right? Previously, last month they performed one of the biggest upsets, you know, knocking down True Rippers to the lower bracket. And mind you, True Rippers are also going to be playing today, so if you're just joining us, we have extravaganza set up for you, a lot of best of ones, and I think we can get a good glance of that visually as well, right? So we're going to start with OnlyFriends versus VDAB. Like you mentioned, we have Orangutan female taking on Team Orgless, which is going to be a pretty interesting matchup because if my memory serves me right, this is the first time we're going to see a female roster compete in an all-open tournament. So expectations very high. I'm hoping to see very good stuff from them. And we have True Rippers as the third matchup, which is, well, it's a best of one. And True Rippers, I kind of don't really feel really good about them entering best of ones for some reason, Universe. What's your take for today? What do you think?
Well, I think that True Rippers do have, certain ups and downs that they've gone through in the recent past, but I still don't think that we can take it away from them in terms of what their quality is. The players
100%.
individually are really good. We all know that. Maybe there's, a couple of bad days that came and went, but well, they are here in the, round of 64. So I don't expect them to not qualify against Team Bhunga, which absolutely no clue who they are. We will find out once you see the team come up. But I think the highlight of today is probably going to be Orangutan female versus Team Orgless. Team Orgless, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, those of you, if you're not yet aware, it's a team where you've got Hika, Hevan, you even got Kusif, you've got wait, was it one more player I'm forgetting? There's a couple of good, high level players over there who have recently not played for quite a while and have returned back to the competitive scene under this banner. So it is going to be really interesting to see them. And as you can see, this is the breakdown of the tournament. Today, we have got the round of 64 qualifier 1, and only the top 2 teams from this will be emerging to the group stage, which will start on the 23rd of July. And on the 12th, which is tomorrow, we've got the third round of 32 and 16 heading up. And then from 13th onwards, we've got the high quality matches coming in, the best of the best who have participated in this qualifier 1. Are we going to see Orangutan female there? Are we going to see Team Orgless there? Are we going to see True Rippers there?
Yeah.
We have no clue. But what we do know is that there is going to be a massive prize pool up for grabs. 15 lakh rupees, out of which you get to pull out 7.5 lakh for yourself if you win this Challenger Series. And of course, you get to participate in the TEC Arena, which is a coveted competition, of course, at the end of the Challenger Series, which is, basically, a go through towards. But overall, this prize pool, massive, of course, the MVP himself or herself getting 1 lakh rupees. So a lot to look forward to here.
A lot to look forward to. A lot for them to play and talking about playing, right? Let's talk game. Let's go to the map Vito. As it is gonna be the first game here in day two. This, I think both of us could expect OnlyFriends to be the heavy favorites here, right? They have a decent bit of history playing in tournaments like this. They have a decent bit of history uh, finding success earlier on in the tournaments that we've had here at the Esports Club. So it's gonna be Ascent, a map that's been the bread and butter of the South Asian Valorant scene for quite a while. And in all honesty, Universe, when you do play a very experienced team on Ascent, it could be jarring to some extent because this is so reliant on your fundamentals being strong that if there are certain things that you don't do, the punish is going to be visible, it's going to be evident, and it's going to be hard to counter if you
Yeah.
don't know what you're going to be up against. And talking about what you're going to be up against, let's head to the agent select.
Yeah, here we got OnlyFriends. The same one. Oh, we've got Bullseye making his way. I remember the last time I saw Bullseye in this roster because I don't know if he was here before. The last time we saw OnlyFriends performing. We do have Knife Jester, who is the versatile player of this team. On the other side of things, we've got a 4 insta lock. The Alpha Devil with the Chamber. Deadeye with a Brimstone on this map. Alright, that's interesting. Knife Jester's locked in the Omen to counter that. And we've got a double duelist on the other side. It's a Jet and Reyna. Now that's a combination it's been a while since we saw, especially in the map of Ascent or any map for that matter. The Reyna has sort of fallen out of favor unless you've got somebody like Jing in the server, right? If you got Jing, then you're
Maybe.
gonna want him to insta-lock, but that just gives me a little bit of a recall into what happened last year at TEC Showdown. My God, that was an insane performance by Paper X. But yeah, it is the side of OnlyFans taking on VDAB here. Double duelist against the double initiator. I believe it is going to be a Fade and Sova on the
Yep.
side of OnlyFriends. That pretty much standard. Let's get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who's going to qualify to the round of 32 here. Two teams, one of whom which we are very well acquainted with, and the other one yet to prove their mettle.
Thing the universe now, you mentioned that there's that fallacy between the double duelist and the double initiator here, right? Given the fact that OnlyFriends have that double initiator and their duelist short, I still feel like they're better off on the attack as well. That's the problem. I don't find value out of that double duelist strategy employed here. Although, skepticism reserved for when it's actually proven right. There happens to be aggressive control of B main from the side of VDAB as they hold that side A for an aggressive stance, which is coming in fruition as Kev, he finds that first kill for himself. Deadeye, good to find that frag, dead blind. It's of no avail. Raul is a sole survivor. Knife Jester, gun barrel not spotted, and the frenzy, it's kind of short anyway. Pretty sure that Rahul should have heard that footstep, although that white swing quickly punished. And of the casualty of only one, OnlyFriends take the first round.
Indeed. They take the first round pretty convincingly, push up towards A main, find the kills. Nothing that we did not expect to come out of them. This should be, I think, for them at least a straightforward game. Maybe 1 or 2 rounds could, go against them based on if or not the opponents choose to just, bum rush into some site, which could be the case right now itself. They're going towards the B site, and with that,
Where are you?
there is going to be a full force commitment. Stop by Quick, gets the one with the shock dart, looking for more. He's got players running in, but he will take down one more. And now it's just the 2 players left, and they cannot go into the side with clean hands. They're gonna have a lot of dirt around them, and it is gonna be delivered to them by Quake and Kev. 2-0 for the side of OnlyFriends as VDAB are, well, to put it bluntly, not able to keep up.
This is the cleanup crew rolling in, isn't it? Right now, there happens to be, I think, nothing that puts a stop to the confidence whatsoever of OnlyFriends for that fact. Even though they're gonna play technically paying the bonus. It's a full-on investment in that sense. They're not shying away from putting it the operator, putting up 2 vandals, and the close angle being held. This is problematic. Bullseye finds that kill. Easy fallback, easy first kill, and now you just try and play off the aggro, don't you? Gorung's already all the way up top mid. This is just VDAB being put in a box, and I'm pretty sure that they don't like it.
Enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Well, that's pretty much the end of this round. Also, it seems one man left, Rahul, middle, and he's going to be taken out. Another beautiful round from the side of OnlyFriends.
3-0, dude. They've kept it so flawless so far. VDAB. You know, so at least on a map like Ascent, right? I've had the small experience of playing against a team like God Particles when I was playing with a newer team. And the thing that I found most stressful about this map universe is how that mid-game rotation is gonna make it or break it on your offense. And how you make it to the mid-game makes a huge difference as to how you play that mid-game. So you need to be able to contest mid, have control towards main as well, and with that, you might be able to play it slow, but that's something that they're not looking to do whatsoever. Quake, he's lucky to find a kill at that range, because the dash was instantaneous. In Bullseye, he's able to find that kill towards Modehouse. I'm pretty sure that he has a rendezvous, and I'm surprised that he's not trying to take it back, although his teammates rendezvousing from the back lines again, performing diligent cleanup duty. This is like rinse and repeat for OnlyFriends at this point.
Yeah, it's constantly moving up and down for the side of OnlyFriends. Well, usually they're on the upper side. When it comes to the down, it's just the round ending in their favor. That's about it. 4-0 up. They do not seem to be out of their element at all. And the opponents are just finding it very strugglesome to even get a single kill. They're running in together. They're doing that 5-man rush, but it's just not working out for them, as OnlyFriends are just constantly pressuring them in every nook and corner. And look at this, Gorang. Already towards mid. Gonna find this kill pretty easily. Mystic gonna get taken down by Quake coming in from B main, and it's just about routine sentences of death being pronounced here for the side of VDAB. One man left, goes down through the smoke to Kev, and that's gonna be it. 5-0.
So we have this talking point where we mention maintaining dominance, right? Or at least asserting dominance. Now, this is the polar opposite of this, and this is the end result. Now, if you're not able to win your aim duels and you're on the attack, that essentially promotes the defense to play that aggressive, you know? If they're not going to be punished for taking that aggression, if they're not going to be punished for taking that peak in such manner, there's nothing that deters them in that sense. And yet again, a rush towards B and a quick split from mid. Gorang is good for that first frag alongside Quake. They do find a way to trade it out, but only momentarily, and it's just the numbers running away from VDAB. As the seconds tick, it seems like their hopes for staying alive dwindles as well.
Yeah, this is just pure domination from the side of OnlyFriends. This is them showing their experience and the fact that they have been in the scene for so long. They have been around as one of the tier 2 teams that constantly keeps moving up and down in their ranks, but always providing entertainment as well. Taking out upsets like the one they did against True Rippers just about the last month. And now, oh, Gorang, okay. For the first time, Rahul is going to be able to do something about this. Push, takes out one, and Alpha Devil gets one with the tour de force as well. 3v3, they're keeping it humble for the moment. This is the first time this is happening. The recon allows Trick to know that there's a little bit of resistance towards A shot. And Quake, dodging that shock dart, is going to deliver one of his own to the other side. Trick goes down less than half HP, and the shock dart could finish it, but he gets away.
How's he alive? He shouldn't be allowed to stay. Dude, this is criminal. What Quake is doing right now is criminal, and he doesn't get tagged by that Hunter's Fury as well. Knife just he dodged that by an inch. That almost hit his kneecap, and he finds a way to get the vengeance. You're the hunter, he becomes the hunted.
players left, and as soon as I say that, it becomes one. They're split across the entire map, two different ends of the map. There's obviously no way they're gonna get any sort of team play going on there. Deadeye will get into the site, and he will go for the plant, and that's the max he's gonna get, unless here comes Hunter's Fury, and he still goes for the stick. Okay, interesting. Deadeye just goes for the plant, saying that okay, just get the plant, that should be more than enough, but you're giving away round number 7 in the end of that, so OnlyFriends steadily moving in the right direction of a quick and sublime victory.
Remember, in a position like this, my in-game leader just gave one call. It's like, guys, get confident. Take your fights. Don't worry. Don't look at the other names on the server. Just think of them as Jet, Rana, whatever, and just go in, take whatever you need to. Take the fights that you need to take and rely on your abilities. Keep that confidence. And I hope that's the conversation that's happening over at VDAB right now.
Gunning for chamber.
At this point, they need to just make sure that they're taking deals that they're comfortable with. And hey, the deals are coming towards them, ain't it? That paranoia ain't gonna do jack. The close range over with that shotgun. That's a thing of nightmares. Alright, Bullseye still able to make his way out, but there's still 3 people here, Universe. And maybe this is time to call Mayday. Although Naive Jester is gonna remove Mystic from the battlefield. And Quake, alongside his shock darts, allowed to play this one aggressive. At this point, he might be a recon dart himself.
Yeah, but they've just crippled them to their own spawn,
Oh,
and
that's
killing
only
them from where they are to come in the next round as well. 8-0, and OnlyFriends are, well, to put it bluntly, relentless.
OnlyFriends have only business here, nothing else. At this point, I think it's worth it for them to just stop rushing towards either side and maybe just contest mid. They have 2 duelists, and mid is so instrumental in your ability to play the mid game and to play off the picks that you get, off the aggression in each main. So it's about time that they turn heads and look a different direction. Although the Blade Storm popped and the quick push in through mid, they want to get as much information as humanly possible. Gorong punished. Finally, that aggression put to a stop as they traded evenly to a 4v4. This time, they don't have any way to contest mid here, OnlyFriends. Look at the rotations. Everyone's over towards this A site.
Yeah, there's one player towards mid, the Reina, but I don't know if he's gonna get any value.
Why?
Okay, Kev. All right, we know you're showing off at this point, and of course with the Nightfall going, Knife Jester just comes in from the other side of the spawn and just kills him off, and the last man standing, Rahul, will go down to Quick, 9-0, and yeah, pretty much routine as we expected, it seems.
Round, man. Come on, let's see it, VDAB. You got it. Again, such an unfortunate round, right? If the side of VDAB were able to read the rotations just off the mid presence and the lurk, they should have gotten the call to go towards B. And that would have been the ideal play there. You need to be decisive at those moments, Universe. Valorant in that way is far more punishing than any other tactical shooter. And right now it's tactics of just quick gunplay that Gorong is gonna explore. And he's okay. That is quite the angle. I've never really seen the orbital strike from that angle in all honesty. Although Deadeye
Okay.
caught juggling guns. Double digits for OnlyFriends, and this looks to be a quick affair, my friend.
Yeah, it most certainly does. I don't see this ending out any other way apart from what we've seen so far. Should be a 13-0 in the way that it looks like, at least. But, yep, with all that's happening, OnlyFriends are the ones that are on the happier side of this. VDAB, their journey in the Challenger Series will come to an end in the Qualifier 1, but they can try again in Qualifier 2, of course.
Everybody else who also want to give a chance can take part, and you know, seeing newer names like this, you gotta hope that they learn from this experience, right? That's the entire point of playing in the open qualifier and having a chance to play against people like Gorong, who just absolutely ripped them at spawn. But yeah, the entire point of this is the experience, because only after this kind of experience you grow as individuals and as a team, more importantly. playing the team game and playing an individual game are worlds apart, even though you're playing the same game. So,
just to point it out to you,
Yeah?
just as a point out, it's been 11 rounds. Knife Jester hasn't died once.
Consistency is key, and at least he's consistent in that fashion.
Cover going up.
They're just letting the A side go this time. They want to play aggressive towards mid and B. They find nothing. Now the backlines are again compromised. Go wrong. Been a couple of rounds, and finally man's choked. Although Bullseye is absolutely ruthless. Almost got himself that triple there. Still a 3v3, and again, this is the wrong decision that they're making, right? They're trying to commit for no reason, even though the rotations are committed on the other side.
Find you.
This is a heartbreaking loss as they get barraged with utility and bullets at the same time. Universe, I thought like our college timings were fast. This is even faster.
Yeah. Ah, well, this is what you would call a speed run. They're just absolutely running everywhere, rampaging, and honestly, the VDAB are not able to do anything. It's just insane.
They're getting
It's like
VDAB.
it's yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay, of course, yeah, bullseye. Ah, well,
This is quite the start of the week, isn't it?
Take them off.
Just a Monday. So we have quite the week to go, Universe. This is just the start to what's gonna be an eventful Qualifier 1.
yeah, look at that A push though. These guys are going B, they're going A, and Bullseye is just gonna have a feeding frenzy here, except for the fact that he gets spammed down to 4 HP, and now he just awaits the players to go past him or come towards him. The chamber is gonna be facing him off, and he will find him on the backstab. Kev going towards mid, finds the penultimate kill, and it is going to be a 13-0, ladies and gentlemen. Alpha Devil, if he pulls off this clutch, it's gonna be a clutch of the century, but
Attackers.
Garang says no.
Yeah.
13-0. OnlyFriends qualified to round of 32. Pretty easily.
Yeah, I think words couldn't describe what we just saw. Except for, good luck, have fun, nice try, I guess.
Yeah.
It's through experiences like this, again, that you learn, right? It's been a very, very long coming journey for OnlyFriends. And is this I'm not sure if this is the record that we have for the fastest match here at TEC, but one thing that I'm going to be for sure is, Knife Jester hasn't died a single time. So this is the first time that I'm going to see a flawless game in a professional tournament.
Yeah. Not a single death. I missed the stats, but we will have a
902
look at
if I'm
it.
not wrong.
Yeah, just Knife Jester, the man who is clearly immortal, and in every sense that what I'm trying to say. Every sense that what I'm trying to say. This is well, a straightforward matchup. Match 1 has been completely shattered into the pieces. Let's go to the highlights. Although it seems almost like it's not a highlight. It's just OnlyFriends having a montage being played at this point, so of their own in fast motion.
Yeah, so any other team who's looking to learn from this is, I think the message or the lesson that you need to take out of this is on your approach, especially on the attack, let it be based on calm calls. There needs to be a progression with the way you plan your attack. It can't be, okay, let's execute A, let's execute B. This is not 2013 Counter-Strike. It's a very, very different world. It's a very different game, very different utility and philosophy. So there needs to be a structure to how you approach the early game in where you deny control and where you get control, the mid game in where you plan rotations and deny information, and the late game where you commit, executes, and plan out and execute your plans and your close plans. So these are the things that you need to prepare for when you're going to be playing against a team like OnlyFriends, because this is the systematic way they approach a game like Valorant, which is like any other professional team in South Asia or the world for that. So for any other newer team that's looking to perform, not only here in Qualifier 1 but Qualifier 2, watching some of these matches and also learning from them will help you, because at the end of the day, you learn from other people's mistakes, and at that way, you're going to be an absolute stonk investor. It's a W win, you know?
Yeah, most certainly. You just take one step at a time. You participate in tournaments, and that's how you learn to figure out how to fight up against some of the best teams out there. And of course, keep grinding your rank, keep grinding, your death matches, your daily aim routines, and you will get there. One day, you surely will get to a point where you will be able to defeat at least one of these teams, if not all of them. And until that day, just keep grinding, just keep swimming, as Dory would say, from Finding Nemo. Yeah, clearly OnlyFriends here have found their Nemo, and they're going to be heading into round of 32 with absolutely no problems whatsoever. But here, I think, excuse me, is where the real test will start. I'm not aware of who they're going to be facing in round of 32, but let's see if they're going to make it through there. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's been about for match 1. We've got another match coming up, and this is the highlight of the evening. Orangutan female going up against Team Orgless. Two teams that have come together. Orangutan female, one of the best female rosters in South Asia and Southeast Asia, mind you. Exactly. They've had a brilliant performance in the VCD Game Changers, and coming here, they're going to be participating in Challenger Series, and of course, Team Orgless, a set of 5 players who've come together after a long time, and of course, headed out by Hevan himself, who's made his way back into competitive. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. A big match is coming up.
The legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. The legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. From the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. From the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Esports Club Challenger Series presented by AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 and powered by Crucial. I might have stumbled with my tongue there, but it's only because I'm very excited for the game to come. It's a little nervous situation here. It's because we've got two teams which I honestly did not realize were, first of all, I didn't know that Orangutan female were actually going to be a part of this because, well, I just didn't know. And now seeing them here actually gives me great joy to know that, you know, there is a female roster that is going to be competing at the highest level in the Challenger Series. And of course, we've got the second team, Orgless, which has got pretty great players on their side, of course, which we know, as we know. We've got Sami, Hevan, Hika, Kusif, and Zoid. Five individually brilliant players who've come together to form this team, and they're competing to become the best. Now, the map video does seem like it is going to be ending up on Haven. Yeah, there it is. And I am very interested as to how this is going to turn out. What is going to be the team compositions? I have seen Orangutan's female roster play quite a bit in the Game Changers series, but this is the first time we're going to be seeing them compete in an open tournament like this.
Yeah, Haven alongside Icebox and Ascent is their staple. So I'm not surprised that we're gonna get Haven on our hands here. Orgless, their map pool is somewhat more in question, and again, this is a team of bandits from ye old days, right? Not technically all the way old, but if you remember some of these names past their game titles, you'd be able to paint the picture. So I think Orangutan female here has an edge. I feel like they're more of a cohesive unit. They have more experience together and playing up against some of the best that even APAC or Asia sometimes has to offer, right? They've been having a pretty good streak so far. They beat X10 Sapphire, they beat Asteria 2-0 recently, and they've been having it pretty good. Now, let's see how their odds stack in a best of one, because that's going to be a crucial aspect of this. Both these teams going to rely on a flying start for a flying result, because there's essentially no safety bracket here, and both these teams will be vying to compete and go further in this qualifier 1.
Yeah, most certainly. To have to see that one of these teams is going to be eliminated early on in this qualifier 1 in the round of 64 itself is a little, heartbreaking. But I'm pretty sure whichever one gets eliminated here will be coming back in the qualifier 2 to try and,
sure.
work it up again. But this is going to be a big loss for, the tournament itself, seeing that two teams that honestly, I think a lot of people would love watching to compete against each other. Like you said, a band of, misfits have come together to form this team and are looking pretty good individually. And as a team, they're trying to build up the chemistry. Whereas Orangutan female, a very highly proven female roster in the SCA and SA region have come here to showcase what they can do in an open tournament. Let's get into it, though. The game, we will be starting off pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that we are hoping for is that everybody who is watching this right now is going to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you are looking at the first time a female roster going up against a male roster in an open tournament, you know that you don't want to miss it, and you know that your friends don't want to miss it. So go ahead and call your friends. Let them know what's happening at the Esports Club, that the Challenger Series, there is the first ever time a female roster in at least the South Asian region participating in an open tournament, and they will be competing against some of the oldest and most experienced players around. And yeah, this is going to be an amazing matchup because I don't see this any less, than what it's going to be. And that's one word, which is entertainment.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be Orangutan starting on the attack and Orgless starting off on the defense duty. So, right off the bat, let's talk about compositions. Now, what are you expecting in Haven? I'm more or less, I think, expecting that double initiator lineup. I'm pretty sure something along the lines of a Sova Fade is going to be mandatory. One of those information agents, alongside maybe a push agent, something like a breach, that pushes you off an angle. That's something that might go hand in hand alongside that jet we've seen a couple of times in tournaments. Rena being viable here, but I don't think that's something that we're going to witness. We of course get to see a lot of variety in the controller market. You get to see Astra from time to time. You get to see the Omen, who's become sort of a staple. The Sentinel, though, is always a juggle, right? You see teams comfortable with the KJ. I think mines go to Prime 5 when you talk about Killjoy on Haven. So there's a lot of variety that we might get to witness, and I hope that that's what is at hand. We're gonna get the double initiator on OG and also that Killjoy, like aforementioned. On the other side, though, we're gonna get a Neon, and I'm pretty sad that Aggressive isn't here to share this fun.
Well, that is true. I think that this is going to be quite an interesting matchup, given that Sway is playing the Jet and Zoid on the Neon, and Hevan flirting with the Phoenix, which obviously I don't think he's going to be taking. He's doing that since yesterday. Yesterday was the Yoru, today is the Phoenix that he's trying to show. We're not falling for it, my friend. Come on, just pick what you really know that you're going to pick. It's probably going to be a secondary initiator. He could go for the KO. Which I believe is a pretty great pick on any map for, whatever contention. Yeah, he's going to go for the breach. All right, we're going to have a double breach composition here. Both teams have it, as we are going to be waiting for what is a quite interesting matchup. Hika on the Sova is something that I don't think we've seen in a long time. It's been a while since I saw Hika on the Sova or on the initiator role for that matter. But yeah, I'm very keen to watch what's going to happen in this game, because a lot of these players are very loved across the entirety of the region. One of those teams pretty successful in their own reign in the female side of the competitions, and one of these teams which is just coming up now, forming a team under banner and seeing what they can do. So, ladies and gentlemen, you better get ready. First of its kind, Orangutan female up against Orgless. You don't want to miss this. This is not happening anywhere else. Only the Esports Club.
Only the Esports Club. So you know the drill. You know what to do. And let's head right into the game, because we have Haven and we have the pistol round on our board, baby. This is going to be an interesting composition as we progress deeper into this matchup universe, because you notice that the Killjoy having to play against both the Breach and the Sova, sometimes that's a nightmare situation, and it's gonna require a little bit of a workaround from OG. And they've had the opportunity to play against some of the best our region has to offer. I'm interested to see what their variation to this composition is gonna be. Neon. See, now here's the thing, universe. There's no Astra on the side of OG. There's the Breach and the Killjoy to some extent that might be able to slow that Neon down. And I think that's the main worry I have here. They don't have enough of that stopping utility to put that Neon to a hold, which means that they're more or less going to be relying on playing off the aggro and expecting that aggression, anticipating it, and having something to counter it directly.
Yep, I do expect that the Neon is going to give a lot of value with the Breach, especially. I think that because they have a Chamber who's going to be playing that primary operator role, they're going to have the Neon run around with the Breach and cause some havoc there. But on the other side of things, because we've got Sway on the Jet and there is no Chamber, which means Sway will probably take up the operator roles if at all it comes to her. And the Breach is going to have to function in a different manner, which I don't think is going to be on the attack. I think on the attack, they'll be trying to keep, Sway and Kachao working together. But for now, on the defense, I would like to see how they work it out. Because Hevan and Co. do have experience in huge numbers as well as the Orangutan female roster, but to keep it fair, the experience counts in their regions that they've played, which is two completely separate competitions. Orangutan female, they might have played scrims against some of these teams, right? Some of the male rosters, whether it be any pro team in the SEA or in the SA region. But a competitive matchup in a tournament is a little different. They've got the pressure of it. And now they are in that region. They've already beaten one team to come to the round of 64. And now they're looking to go further up another round.
For sure. I think that was in prime display when Paper Rex had their spree in the big stage, right? With teams not being able to cope with the pacing that our region has to offer and the mentality of just taking those duels, taking the aggression, and not being deterred by utility in that sense is something that's very different for when you're scrimming against a team and when you're actually playing in the tournament. Because you might expect that, yeah, it's a scrim, hence they're pulling off such moves, but when they actually do it on the server in a big game, that's when the bamboozle truly does hit you. That's what we need to see, maybe Orangutan to avoid. Because you notice Orgless's roster, right? With the way the players are coming together, it also encourages slightly loose play and more reliant on individual success to some extent. Not saying that they're not reliant on teamwork. They have focus, and I think that should be the edge that they bring to this matchup.
Standing ahead.
That's what OG need to deny. And they do a good job. They take Zoid down early. That's Neon down. And Kachow coming with the Kaching in the first round. Double kill. This is a nightmare for Orgless to begin things with. For compensating though, they're taking aggression, which hasn't panned out. Beautiful job by Japips.
Really liking this approach from the side of OG, but Hika! He comes up with a 3K! What the hell just happened there?
Down, C.
No!
Man, they could have just retreated back immediately, but I don't know what exactly happened there. Now the spot has come on to both over here, but Japeeps is pretty low. The shock dart comes through across both sides. It's not gonna touch anybody. And now Japeeps is left alone in a 1v2. They run up to her, and she's gonna go down. That's gonna be Hevan clutching out the round. But what the hell just happened on that C side? They got such a good entry. Kusif and Zoid both went down, and then Hika just absolutely rampages their entry into that bottleneck C site.
Universe was a 2 versus 5 at that point.
Yeah, it was
5 because the backstab was eliminated.
Yeah, and they could have rotated, you know, pretty easily because they realized that Hevan is still here. He threw in a flash, he threw in an aftershock. They could have just rotated away because Japeep's got the perfect backstab as well.
Well, it is what it is, and right now it's maybe a pistol round loss. OG, let's see them recoup. Paranoia dissuades Sway to some extent, and this utility is not making it pretty for OG to walk through. Turn tail, and they head over towards that B side. You do notice that there is a little bit of utility from Sami, and his HP down to just a slither, down to 4. He needs to be a little more conservative on the hold. Have a teammate who joins him towards C-Link as they have the crossfire set towards that B side. And a very, very stretched out hold here from Orgless, which leaves them susceptible to a couple of picks if fortune goes the way of OG. Sadly, with inferior weaponry and with the way Orgless are playing around with map position, with them drawing aggro and leaving positions at a timely manner, they don't fall victim to such plays.
Well, Kusif clears out Garage pretty easily. A slow approach from the side of Orangutan, but the side of Orgless are going to be able to expect it and shut it down. The first buy round coming in now for the side of the attack as OG need to find their groove.
Yep.
The side of Orgless still have a pretty good economy and weaponry, and all of them have got full shields, so a bonus round that could be potentially won here.
Exactly. They have the bonus, so right now, focus up on OG to find that first pick. There is going to be a fight offered somewhere or the other, and OG are aware of this as well. Hence, they're going to take that preemptive fight towards lobby. It's going to be a double push towards A long, which doesn't pan out in the favor of Orgless. This is exactly what OG were looking for. This is exactly what OG have gotten. They've looked for that early fight. They've gotten it under their bag. Now they just need to play the game of rotations, and they just need to play the game of information. Here are a lot of rotations committed towards this A side, and look at the positioning of OG. They're spread across so wide in the map that they now have the chance to viably split towards C in a feasible window. Yep, the rest of OG fall back. They read this relatively well, with them getting garage control as well. This is on OG to make the next move, and the more important move at this point.
Yeah, indeed. Kusif, though, he reads this one and is getting close towards garage, and Chloe is ready for that. She immediately gets him off, and Chapeeps holding down for the backstab as OG prepared to go towards the B side. Sami's ready for this, but turns around. Kachao turns around. Shashimi gets the trade back, but Hika's also there for the support. OG are getting crippled here, and they need Sway to make a move. She needs to come in quickly. Last 20 seconds left on the clock here. And the faster she moves, the better the chances of OG to win this round. Because Heaven doesn't expect this. Chloe and Japeep swing together, and they are able to take care of Hika, but he still finds one. Hika finds another 3K. Is he going to clutch this one out? No, he isn't. But the bonus still wields a heavy toll on the attack. OG reduced to just one player.
This is a very, very diligent job done by Orgless. A lot of damage inflicted on the economy of OG. They might have won the round prior, but the investment right now is not going to look that swell. Chloe has to compromise and go down the route of half shields. Same with Shashmi as well. Bulldog on Kachao. So, not ideal circumstances, especially when Sami is now on that operator. He's going to take that peek through short, that recon dot. I'm not sure if it was destroyed in the nick of time, and Sami's still allowed to get that first pick. Hika trying to use the drone to re-aggress and get a little bit of more aggressive information, perhaps. Sway has that angle held down to the tooth, and she's not going to let go. There is a man down on the server, but OG get real estate. They're boiling this down to a slow play yet again with a minute 10 on the clock. And they need to maybe explore other avenues to find aggressive picking. Because right now the A side's looking crowded.
Yeah, there's a heavy commitment across both teams over here. They have got Sway and Peeps trying to maybe sell a fake, whilst we do have the Killjoy Chloe holding on towards C long, hoping that somebody will push up and give her a free kill. Not going to be the case. A 3-man stack onto A, as the side of Orgless are trying to keep themselves relevant. That one from Sway will get a 1 kill, but Hika's still here. And Hika's gonna try and keep it going, but Japeeps is gonna be able to get one back. The recon misses its target as Sami swings out right up his life. Out comes the knife. Not expecting Zoid to be around the corner. Operator retrieved, and number 3 on the board for the side of Orgless.
There was of fights that could have gone the other way there, but again, that early casualty that they suffered from the hands of Sami never really saw them recover, right? They tried to pace themselves through that mid game, but they never really found that opening to exploit, to take advantage of. And at this point, I think it kind of pushes OG to a position where they need to take that extra step. And Godlike need to be patient and anticipate that. Once they find that extra step, the punish is twofold, and the damage that it delivers as well. So, inferior weaponry. OG just going to be holding towards the bottom of mid, and Orgless find aggressive positioning. It's all going to be on Sway to find the openings in this round, because she has her Blade Storm up and running. Oh, Havan, easy stuff. Nice on Sway to find that one frag, although that's all that she's gonna find this round. And you know, 2 weapons out, not a bad round for OG. Although I hope for their sake that they better start finding rounds on this attack.
Yeah, they really need to. Haven does offer them a lot of opportunities, especially with the fact that it is the 3-sided bomb site. And as you would expect, out comes the timeout from the coach Gunner. As OG, need to try and reconsider their options as to how they approach this game. Not every single movement that they take has been successful. They've got a couple of good frags that they've been able to try and work out, but on the immediate backside of it, they've not been able to translate it into success because they wait a little too long, I believe. They wait for rotations to come and haul them in instead of taking in that aggressive stance that they can.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Universe. Right now, OG, they have 3 crucial ultimates. They have the Rolling Thunder, they have the Lockdown, and they have the Hunter's Fury. The Rolling Thunder enables them to get control of the site. The Hunter's Fury enables them to get confirmation on the back of information. And the Lockdown essentially secures you that post plant. You buy more time for the timer to take, then maybe use the Hunter's Fury. There's a lot of permutation combinations that could go alongside it. They have the big ultimates ready and synced up. We need to find maybe an execute right now, I think, is what's going to be expected. At this point, Godlike are going to be more than comfortable playing retake, aren't they? That's something that they should be doing. So the commitment towards individual sites, I feel, is going to be significantly lesser. And they might just commit their forces all towards the C side. Oh, Chappers, that's a beautiful kill. Just punishes Zoid to absolute perfection. Although this is quite the play. What we just saw was criminal. And it's just 2 members who had blood all over this round.
Well, that was quite a something approach from the side of Orangutan. That was completely shut down. The peeps got a pretty great kill in the first, but Kusif shuts it out with that 3k. Unrelenting with their aggression right now towards the C side, Orgless. And it's really great to see, but OG need to find a counter to this. Even that timeout didn't quite help them.
And that was a full investment, bro. That's a hard loss. Because they're losing significant ground here in this first half. You know, looking at the lineup, I can understand why it might be a little more defense-oriented with that Killjoy. Of course, that doesn't allow you to be lacking for the rest of the first half, though. Finally, that Rolling Thunder commitment, and they found a way to close the gap. That's Zoid finding 2 kills, which is 2 big kills in and of itself. Hyvan trying to re-aggress alongside the Rolling Thunder and the Flash and Sway. Make sure that he's only good for 1. 2v2. They've boiled this down to an even situation. Did they hear Sammy, though? No! Sway a little too wide on the swing. The punish is instantaneous from Orgless. Ay, ay, ay. Inferior weaponry, though. G still managed to boil it down to a 2v2. This is their investment. This is their reinvestment. This is their chance. They use that Rolling Thunder. That's not the problem. They still have more ultimates. They still have more utility. When it boils down to these 4 versus 4, these 2 versus 2s, these 3 versus 3s, when there's a minute on the clock or when there needs to be absolute, you know, pure comms, that's where you might notice a small chink in OG's armor.
Well, they're regressing towards the A side again, and at this time I really hope they're able to use Chloe's ultimate, because that's what's probably going to save them. But that mid push from Heavan, very important, and Sami, he gets Japeeps pretty easily, expecting her to sit in that corner. And now it's on to Heavan, and he's got free kills! Heavan dismantles OG, and their push has come to a halt. And now that Killjoy ultimate's gonna be practically useless.
Oh, does throw a Pokeball, and that's too far-fetched for Hika, who yet again cleans up the final 2 kills. A solid performance here in the first half by Orgless,
I kind of
dude.
didn't understand the placement of that Killjoy turret though. I get that they were trying to look towards mid, a push from garage doors, but nobody was quite watching the push from B towards window. And that's exactly where Heavan pushed up. The turret did not spot him because he went past its field of vision and got 2 kills for practically free and tore them apart. Hika came back from A shot and finished off everything that was left of OG, but this scoreline translates something that we honestly did not see or we were gonna expect at all, my man.
Get out of my way.
Something that can still be a changed story, though, Universe. And OG, they still have a way back in this game. They still have a chance to make it a strong half. Although It needs to start now. It's essentially boiled down to a now never story to some extent. Chow, a peak that was a little overzealous.
Here.
At this situation, you'd allow Sway to do much of the heavy lifting, right? With her blades being up, you'd want her to be the one playing a little more aggressively, as with the lossless accuracy, it's more fluid of a gun style, and yeah, the instant punish. Hika, his sixth sense aiding him. And the rest of OG just trying to group up to his garage to maybe force a close quarter combat play.
Well, at this point, OG, they're just struggling to keep up. One Vandal for GPs to work with, but Chloe, she still has that beautiful ultimate, which she is not utilizing at all. Hika's gonna be able to take one. Hika gets another 3. Make that 4. Hika is unstoppable today. What is this man on? He's eating something pretty great.
Yeah, he sounds something else, ain't he? Been on an absolute spree for the past couple of rounds. 8-1 at this point.
Hika's on 16-2 in 9 rounds. That's an 8 KDA that currently he's holding on to.
Desperation
way-
slowly starts to seep in, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Gotta go.
8-1, quite a scoreline that is going to keep OG awake for their nights if they continue on eating this rampage. On the other side of things, as Zoid pushes up C-Long, Sami's already taken out one of them. The Killjoy alarm bot has gone down, and Zoid actually has a chance to move past this, but he's very reluctant about
should
it.
run.
The smoke
There we
comes.
go.
Finally,
Hunter's Fury,
the
yeah.
ultimate comes through. The Hunter's Fury will stop it. This is exactly when you're not supposed to put that ultimate. But Chloe puts it at the most unfortunate time when Orgless are the most equipped to take it down. Sami misses the shot with the operator, but connects it with the headhunter. And now Orgless are looking absolutely impenetrable in their defenses towards the A side. They've got a 4-man stack here, and Zoid is the only one holding the C side in garage, and he's absolutely comfortable with that. OG are reluctant to rotate. They just want to commit as much as they can, and they're going to be able to take out Sami. But for the most, they still have a lot of troubles in front of them. A big, bad breach ultimate that could absolutely destroy them is right beside them as Hika swings out wide. How is this guy allowed to do stuff like this? He will be stunned and taken care of. Finally, Sashimi picks up the pace, and so does Kachao, as both of these girls are going to be able to try and pull something out of the bag. It is a 2v1. Unless Zoid. Zoid! He makes the lightning bolt strike to their feet. And he
Unlimited
makes them tremble.
power.
Indeed.
I've tried explosion.
The glow from the Neon's fingers is something that I honestly enjoy having a look at, because that ultimate is practically, well,
I'm out of here.
broken. Or let's just say it's thunderous. Whatever you want to metaphor you want to give it. The Neon's ultimate is quite something, man.
Yeah, it belongs in the dark side. Well, Star Wars references aside, 9-1, and we have the chance to maybe get the cursed scoreline. It's a full-on force investment that's coming in from OG. You see Kachao on that Guardian, a couple of Vandals and Phantoms. Nice early frag by Sway, something that they early and desperately needed for quite a while. The advantage now lies in the hands of Orangutan. They've been favoring this B hit for quite a while, and now there's nobody to obstruct them. Everybody is towards defender spawn.
Planted.
They've gotten the spike planted. They have themselves the rolling thunder. This is gonna be a very important round for Orangutan to secure.
Indeed. Oh, look at this. Hevan. Brilliant ultimate, but nobody's on site to actually eat it up. Hevan is a little reluctant about pushing it as he spots Sway fighting against his teammates, and they're gonna first take care of her. And now they go in. Zoid's already made his way onto the side. He clears back aside. Now he knows that everybody's either towards B main or garage. But the time is biting by, and somebody needs to stick that goddamn defuse. It comes another side. The breach ultimate works. And round number 2 looking
Let's
inevitable.
go.
OG find it, finally. And they're gonna keep their hopes alive, hopefully looking for that cursed scoreline. And ladies and gentlemen, I've just heard, and it is quite an interesting day today.
Not only do we have this match on display, but it is Chloe's birthday, ladies and gentlemen. So, please us here at the Esports Club wish her a very happy birthday. And hopefully this ends up becoming a happy experience, because there's still that second half, which might be the better half for Orangutan. And there's still a possibility of a comeback. Mind you, Orangutan, I think they pulled off one of the best comebacks in, I want to say APAC history for female Valorant. It was, what, 11-1, 10-2 comeback, something along that line. So they've done it in the past, and they can certainly do it here in the present. Although the future, that's something that's yet to be written and something that we can't predict. Yeah. So it's fallen down to this 3 versus 3 yet again universe. And they've decided to play this slow. They've been opting for that B hit time after time after time. But this time they've opted to go back towards that C side. However, they have one obstacle. That is gonna be KUCF. So they're gonna play this retake here, Orgless. They wanna play this smart, they wanna play this by the numbers, and they wanna play this together. They have the 34 still up on Sammy. This is gonna be a post-plant play from OG. They have a couple of swarm grenades on the spike. They have control towards long. They just need to make sure that the duels that they take towards side don't end up giving away too much of the puzzle.
Yeah, Sammy's getting up close and personal with the tour de force, and he's going to be taken down by Chloe. That's the birthday girl doing a little damage, but she will go down. Hika again on the run that he's been on, rampaging.
Look at this play.
Sashimi gets one, going into the smoke. She needs to find this kill, but she will not. Kusif gets off the defuse at the right time, and he will find round number 10 for the side of Orgless. A pretty damaging first half for the side of Orangutan. But we've seen them make comebacks happen, and this could be one of them. Very well could be. Don't just give up hope yet, ladies and gentlemen. Orangutan have shown in the past that they can do it, just as my man OG said. And of course, he's got the initials of OG. So, never too late. Never give up.
Yeah.
Of course, guys, go ahead and spam some hearts for Chloe. It is her birthday after all. Even if she is going to take a loss on this one, let's give her a little love for the nice day that she could have in the hours to come. So spam that happy birthday and the hearts for our girl Chloe. And hopefully we see her in the competitions to come in the future as well.
Qualified too, my friend.
If she, if they lose here, that is.
Oh, nice pick by Japeeps, keeping OG in it for the pistol. Although the rush through C long, a lot of this has to be on Shishmi and her ability to survive and buy time. The paranoia pushes them back just a teeny bit, and it allows her to maybe hold that aggressive off angle, although she thinks the better of that thought. A 3-man stack towards the C side. They have presence towards garage, and they've left B side vacant. A lot of utility towards A for Chloe to play all by herself. She can buy time, she can delay. The turret will give her information. She's safe. What do Orgless plan to do? Because right now they're the ones who need to take the coming fights. Sway just spots the head of Haiwan, and Sammy's playing up close and personal. Sway is very well aware as to what's ahead of her, deals with Haiwan in that long range fight. Sammy is a little hesitant in committing to that push, and understandably so. There's no saying what's on the other side of that smoke. They found the opening though towards garage, and that might be problematic for OG as they now find ways to deal with the problems.
Cover going out.
They rotate and they get caught off guard. The pistol has been the menace of OG so far. Is that a trend that changes though is the question? Because yet again, a 2 versus 2. Although Orgless, they have quite the good portfolio in this front. The only saving grace is the fact that Kusif is low.
Mind you, this was another 2v4, I believe. There comes the kill from Sway.
Beautiful from Sway.
Spams through the smoke to find Hika right up and close. A good smoke down from her to try and cover off that angle. And works out perfectly for the side of OG to get themselves round number 3. The pistol was very, very necessary.
Yep.
And with that, they're going to be able to at least put up round number 4 and hope for the bonus to go their way as well. As OG are in dire need of rounds right now. It doesn't matter how many survive. It doesn't matter how many die. They need to find the rounds. That's about it. They at least bring it up to 10 and 7 and 10 and 8. Then we can start talking about how they can turn this around.
We just need to see the momentum, bro. We just need to see them feel their groove, and before you know it, OG could be right back in the game. There needs to be a clinical way they approach this. They can't afford to give a whole lot in a round like this to Orgless. Close range fight. Zoid primed with that flash, and Shishmi finds a bullet between her head. A nice trade though. They've boiled this down to 4 vs 4. Again, individual fights are something that they desperately need to avoid, because numbers on the back of inferior weaponry is the recipe of doom that is attempted by Orgless, and a well-orchestrated hold on this retake. They didn't play from side, they fought from everywhere else. That is the way you deal with this. They lost one member. They're going to be able to play the bonus to fill a veil here. You know, I was having a word with C a few weeks ago about the philosophy of also possibly to even win it, because it allows you to take aim duels at multiple angles, at multiple ranges, which is simply not possible when you have Spectres on your lineup alongside a Sheriff. Because Sheriff, dude, how many times have you been betrayed 145? Tell me.
Quite a few times. I mean, see, I'm not as proficient on the Sheriff. I believe in the best game, in the best gun in the game, which is the Shorty. Because, you know, it's every gun in this game has a set damage, right? You know that it's going to give you this much damage at this much range. Like the Phantom, you go beyond 20 meters, it gives you 140. You go beyond 30 meters, it gives you 124 headshot, right?
Yeah.
But the Shorty is unpredictable. It can give you as much damage as you can please. Even at the closest range, it can hit your opponent for 2 damage, or it can hit your opponent for 200 damage. And that's why the Shorty is the best gun in the game, because I, at least 60% of the times, hit my 200s.
Okay. Somebody, I think I need to get like I wish Riot had like a dodge feature where you essentially block the person so they can't queue with or against you. Damn, that's something I'd like to do against you, man. Shorty players, imagine.
Hey,
Sorry.
Don't disrespect the Shorty, man. See, this is how the ranking of the guns go. Okay, you got at least my ranking of the guns, right? You got Shorty at number 1, right? You got Stinger at number 2, right? You got the Ares at number 3. This is my top 5, by the way. This is the Ares at number 3. Right, get ready. We got Odin at 4.
Jesus Christ.
And to finish it all off, we've got the Frenzy at number 5. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a close call in the 5th between the Frenzy and the Classic, but that is my top 5 weapons of Valorant.
Yeah, I think I needed a pillow for that, dude. Like, I can't. These guns, I can't, bro.
No. Trust me.
God.
Try them out.
Okay.
Try them out.
Talk about guns. It's the big guns for Orgless, and it's gonna be the bonus for Orangutan. Their strategy, though, it's a little discovered, I may add. It's only Chloe towards the site. She needs to find a way to stay alive. Nice thing, nice damage. If she finds this kill on Zoid, it's gonna be more than doable. The damage is all that she's gonna do. The site goes empty. The site's under siege. Rotation's imperative. And a disconnect at the worst possible time. It's Kachao. I think she's made it back to the server. I hope.
Spike planted.
Regardless, Spike's gonna go down, and this is the problem of not having that sustainable first half, right? You lose flexibility on the defense. Suddenly, there are not as many rounds for players to work with. Becomes a thing. Becomes a problem.
Most certainly does. This way, being patient about the retake. She wants to get the kill towards the B side first. But time is of the essence here. Can they do this?
Nah. Timer's ticked way too low, and there's no time left in the barrel.
One enemy remaining.
Easy stuff for them to play off each other here for Orgless, and they do so very well. 11-4. Here's the thing though. OG didn't invest in the round prior. They have the chance to bounce back, but in the quest, playing for the bonus, they've lost a crucial round, and crucially, they've given an important round to Orgless, just being one away from map and match point.
Oh boy, I really thought this was going to be a much more closer of a matchup. OG clearly aren't feeling the game today, whereas Hika is on the absolute other end of the same spectrum. 11-4, the scoreline, and Hika's on 22-7.
And Hyvan's on 14. Initiator duo just slaying. And on the other side, it's been a very unfortunate game in some of the ways that Hika and Hyvan have been able to find these kills. And those are through lurk plays, ratty plays, utility dumps. So, not the most ideal way to go down. And this causes understandable frustration when you're playing in an actual tournament match, right? It's something that they need to turn around. And they have a good opportunity to do so now. They have the operator up on Sway. They have a very, very viable chance of getting that first pick and trying to play passive on the back of it, forcing then Orgless to make that aggressive stance and the overcommitment, perhaps. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm hoping to see OG do. It might be a long journey. It might be a strenuous journey, but what's a story without loss? What's a story without hardship? What's a story without pain? It's not a story at all, right?
Absolutely not. But here we go.
Nice shot, Sway.
Sway gets a good shot onto Zoid, and she's got a lot more work to do. Evan comes up to her, but Evan, very quick on the trigger, finds her kill, and now it's a 4v4. And Evan's got a pretty good ultimate, and he himself is less than 10 HP. So him being used just for that ultimate and as a bait can be the strategy that they should go for. As Kusif is slowly moving in towards C, and he's got Chloe right about close to him. Oh no, he still connects it. Does not expect the second to be in there. Sashimi will close him out, but it is going to be a difficult situation still for the side of the defense as they're spread thin across the map. Two of them still at A. Rotating now. Hika eats a headshot but delivers one back with the one-tap weapon. The Phantom again betrays the person wielding it.
Oh goodness. Again, I think they almost just saw him. Frapips just was a little wider on her swing towards defender spawn. Ay, ay, ay. The discipline, the patience to just hold shift and relax and walk into logs to find that was... It would have been so much stress.
Yeah, indeed. You know, the one thing that I didn't get there, though, because as soon as he was spotted, Sami, Japeeps turned around, but Kachao was still sticking the defuse. She just went for it. I know that it was pretty close, but she could have just held the defuse until Sami was spotted, and when Japeeps was taking the fight, she could have just, gotten up herself, taken the fight, because there was an ample amount of time for her to take the double fight and then get back to the defuse.
Yeah, it's these small decisions that you need to make in the gap of milliseconds that make the world difference, don't they?
That's a good spot.
Well, it comes down to the last bit here, ladies and gentlemen. One last timeout taken in what possibly could be the last round for the defense, as OG are pushing up towards the A side to look for their openings. And Sway's already found one of them, pick up the weapon, and they get back. Then that's actually allowing Zoid and Kusif to make a move towards the C side. They're waiting, and Zoid is holding on for as long as possible for himself to activate that ultimate. Now, the overdrive is one of the most powerful ultimates in the game, but it has a very short fuse. So the minute he activates it, he needs to find kills. It's pretty much like the Reyna almost, but the Reyna's got a lot more time to work with.
You not only have time, but you also have the luxury, right? You have your weaponry, you still have your armor. It's just the stim and the ability to to have that invis fast dismiss that you miss. So it's an understandable loss for Arena. But again, when you're playing that Neon, unless you get that first kill, unless you have something to work with, yeah, things started to look problematic. And look at this slow contact play that Orgless are trying to do. They know that they're on back of inferior weaponry, so they can't give a lot of the pieces away before the jig is up, and they've done a very diligent job of that. Wait, what? Sway was all the way up top, and they predicted that a mile away. The Hunter's Fury on Hunter's Fury action, as we see both the Hunters go at it. Zoid, he was waiting for this, and he gets it. There's nothing that he can take away from him, as he comes in with the Thunder, and that could have nearly been a quad. Still though, 3 versus 2 is doable for OG, but it's looking bleak.
Last player standing. Attackers win.
Play. That was so well put by Orgless and Orangutan. Yeah, a difficult loss considering a couple of rounds that they did put was very well put together, and even some of the ones they lost, you know, reminiscent of how this game started with that first round pistol. This could have been a very different result, but I think for that different result, we need to wait for Qualifier 2.
Yeah, and I hope that Orangutan female do register themselves for Qualifier 2 and come back. Don't take this to heart, because it doesn't matter. It's a Qualifier 1 where you have something going on good, something going on bad, and those bad things can be, you know, corrected. They can be, you know, redone. They can be made into better things once you practice and get back to WOD reviews and get through what you know to do best, right? But for now, ladies and gentlemen, Orangutan female are out of the competition of at least the Qualifier 1. They will hopefully come back in Qualifier 2, and hopefully they go further and further than what we expect them to. Who knows, they could make it even to the top 2 and give a competition to the best out there. But so far, it is Team Orgless. Yesterday, they had a good game. Today, pretty good game, just about. Defeating one of the queens of APAC region. And yeah, this is quite a good victory for them, honestly. It's a huge confidence boost.
Yeah, not to mention Hika, 25 frags.
Oh my god, that guy.
Frags. This is an absolute demon-like play. And, you know, both the initiators on the side of Orgless, Haivan and Hika, kind of played out of that mind today. A lot of that counter initiation, a lot of that utility that Orangutan was struggling with came in from both these individuals. So the way this game went, Orangutan certainly have a lot to dissect from this matchup, especially that mid-round call that they need to be, I think, a little more decisive of. We were having this conversation the other day where the mid-round call is something where the lurk and the IGL both have to go hand in hand. At that moment, there'll be calls given from all 5 players, but the lurk has to be prioritized. And the information that you get out of the lurk needs to be based on how your real-time movement is. And, you know, talking about real-time, this might be a victory for Orgless. Let's relive how this victory came in fruition, though. It started with a flying start. It also came to a point where Orgless almost won out that bonus. But Orangutan managed to keep it together in that opening segment of that first half. They got that crucial round, and when they had the opportunity to maybe translate, you never really saw them find as much success. As soon as you saw Orgless find their way to better guns and better utility, it was so much more of a fundamental difference with the way the both teams approach the game, and it's very visible on the server.
Yeah, it is pretty much visible on the server. You could see it, you know, individual tactics just came out absolutely shining today for the side of Orgless. Every single player, especially Hika, my word, that guy was on the roll today. Everything he saw, he killed. Well, almost everything. I don't think there was a single round in the entire game where if he's seen a enemy, he's not killed them.
Certainly did deliver quite the lethal blow. And again, I'm talking about rounds like these, right? The 2v2s, the 1v2s, that could have changed the entire story of Haven. Not the case. From this experience, I feel like OG in Qualifier 2 stand a better chance. It's only through going through matches like this, right, that you're actually able to work on your game even more. It's rounds like these, though, that you really can't make sense of sometimes. Those 2v2s, it's only the way you boil down to those 2v2s. You, of course, saw moments of brilliance, not denying it, like this moment from Sway. These players have a lot of individual prowess, although with the way OG played on the defense, I wish that was a side that we got to see a little more of. What if OG started off on the defense? That could have been a completely different story, all things said and done.
Yeah, it most certainly could have been. You never know how it would have ended if OG were actually on the defense first. But yeah, this one moment right here, I think, could have probably changed the course over there, OG. If and only if we had seen Kachao get up from that defuse for 1 second, turn around to her left and kill Sami, could have been a whole different story. We would have still been in the game. Maybe 11-7, 11-8, you don't know. But that gave them the match point, and consequently, it gave them the victory as well. Orgless move on to the round of 32, ladies and gentlemen. But Orangutan female, their journey in the qualifier 1 ends right here. Hopefully, they'll be back in the qualifier 2. But for now, the qualifier 1 still proceeds. We've got 2 more games to go for today. And we're going to be seeing True Rippers against Team Bhungas up next. Let's find out what that is all about. As we'll be back with a short break. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the AMD Ryzen and Windows present the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by Crucial. We'll be back in just about a few minutes.
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics. legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 present the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by Crucial. We've got 2 matches underway and done, and we've got 2 more to come. Now, we've seen pretty great matches so far. OnlyFriends taking out a team 13-0, and one of the biggest highlight of the evening today being Orgless absolutely demolishing Orangutan female. Now, what we thought was going to be a very close matchup between those 2 teams ended up being a pretty one-sided domination from the side of Orgless, and they will be heading on to the round of 32 seamlessly. But now we've got True Rippers back, and there's a bit of a surprise, which I myself did not expect. Ember from XRNT play, the XRNT player, is going to be playing for this side of True Rippers, and it's very, very interesting to see him in this roster because I think he's going to be a pretty great fit.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty excited when we got to see Sai on this roster. It happened to be something that eventually ended up helping our True Rippers to some extent. Yeah, adding Ember certainly does turn up the heat a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, one tap god, you have Ember, you have Sai, Cross as an absolute beast, and Master comes in clutch when it's required. So slowly, True Rippers are starting to look like a very, very well-rounded roster, right? This kind of tournament, this kind of training grounds for them, if you may say so, I think it's ideal. This is the best place this team can now grab their experience from. And boy, oh boy, this best of 1 is starting to look a little spicy. I think we're going to get another quickie, my friend. What do you presume?
I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I think that it does point in that direction because I have no idea who Team Bhang are. I should expect that True Rippers have this in the bag, but you never know what's gonna be the case. We do know that True Rippers is a very experienced team when it comes to the Valorant scene, especially given that these guys are constantly moving up and down between the tier 1 and tier 2. They
Yeah.
are good enough to beat some of the top teams out there, but at the same time, they've had some of their bad days as well. But hey, hopefully today is going to be a good day for them. The round of 64, they're looking confident. They look like they want to start off things with a bang, and they want to get to that top 2. And hopefully they're able to, start it off by beating out this team right here.
Dude, something that always lingers in the back of my mind is when you talk about True Rippers, the thought that strikes me is the fact that they sometimes lose series and games that they're not supposed to. And this is not only a best of 1, but it's also single elimination. So those are 2 facts that go against the True Rippers problem, I might say. But again, new players, new face, hopefully no new problems, I hope. And yeah, I'm gonna be rooting for True Rippers, although they're the favored team in this bracket, which I still will be a little skeptical and scared for my own good.
Well, let's find out how it does turn out to be for the side of True Rippers. Are they going to be able to work it out against this team right here, Team Bhang? Because I'm not entirely sure what they can put up here. While I do know that there is a lot of, talent out there that has untapped potential, we don't know if or not they can actually, pull it all the way to big upset, take out True Rippers here. But we'll find out. We shall see in just about a few minutes as we are waiting for the teams to load in as soon as possible. The players are getting into the server, but we are going to be heading back to Haven yet again after the last map what we just saw. And Haven has been a bit of a love and hate relationship for True Rippers, hasn't it?
It has It's also a map where I feel like the experience is gonna show. So at least I think that should go the way of True Rippers. Now we talked a lot about True Rippers, right? Now let's talk a little bit about Team Bunga. Now, putting itself in their shoes, they're a name that is very new. They're new players on this roster, and on the other side, you have an experienced team that's fought some of the best our region has to offer and are trying to fill in those shoes in the foreseeable future, right? Against a team like this, if you're going to be the underdog and if you're going to be playing a best of one to decide your fate in the tournament, the first few rounds are the most crucial rounds. The rounds where you get to set the pace, you get to set the tempo, is what's going to change the game. Because coming out of this, True Rippers, they're going to be out swinging. They're going to be having confidence. They're going to be playing confident. And sometimes confidence leads you to take fights that you're not really supposed to take. So at the end of the day, with how this is going to pan out, it's a lot like how the game happened between Orgless and Orangutan. You saw Orgless try to be a little reckless in the start. They try to play with their own food. But at the end of the day, when they were able to deal with those situations and they were able to get them under control, there was nothing that maybe put a doubt of hesitation in their mind. They just wanted to go
Yeah.
full gear. And that's something that you need to prevent being that underdog. Having off angles, having curveballs, having unexpected plays, and winning those duels half the time is what's going to put the other team in a position where they need to respect you and then they need to play discipline. So you need to get to that equal pegging first. That's somewhat of an advantage if you know how to punish it, which is the biggest thing. A full team where utility is the prime key behind a setup for the fight, it's very easy to punish those kind of individual 1v1s that are given to you. But if you don't use that, you have players like One Tap God, you have players like Ember. Man, you don't want to mess with these guys because you go in for breakfast, they give you a haircut.
Yeah, most certainly. These guys are pretty individually talented as much as they are as a team. They've stuck around for so long. And honestly, with the addition of Sai and Ember now, this team has the potential to become one of the best out there. But hey, talking about one of the best out there, let's have a look at the agents that will be the best for them as we head into the agent selection.
Sir, it's going to be Haven yet again. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get to see the Jet from either side, although it could be Sadda with the Chamber, which is exactly what Crosshair has plans for. One Tap God's going to go on that Neon. That's interesting. So we're going to get Neon. I'm a big fan of what we have to see with that. True Rippers, they have a decent composition here. They've gone in for that Omen, which is what I expected from the get-go. Is Fraggle actually going to pick up that Phoenix, or is he just debating us like the game prior? Shooter Jet, okay. Pretty standard stuff. Cypher, proficient Sentinel on this map to a good extent if you can get your setup activated. It's viable on all three sides. You can set up to
Okay.
it. Okay.
All right, a Phoenix.
Let's
That's
go,
the
my
second.
friend.
That's the second time we've seen Phoenix pretty early on in this tournament. We saw it on day one yesterday, I think, against it was Team Orgless itself, I believe, or it was against another team. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, to see Team Bhunga pick it up is very interesting. I'm not quite sure what their game plan is with the Phoenix, but I am very keen to know what exactly they're going to be able to pull off with that Phoenix. Let's hope that this double duelist system works for them because we've not seen that work out that often for a lot of people,
Especially on Haven.
especially on Haven. One Tap God is going to be the single duelist on the other side as he's got the Neon in his hands and a double initiator in the form of a Sova and Breach, similar to what we just saw. Just the standard, Haven South Asian lineup that is. Have a Breach and Sova. Sometimes you switch it up with the Sky if you want to fade at times. And of course, throw in the Omen as well as the Chamber there. Round up your unit. That's pretty much what True Rippers have got right now, and that's what we will see. Let's get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. This is True Rippers up against Team Bungas. Who's going to be getting it? Are True Rippers going to go ahead seamlessly, or is this going to be one of the biggest upsets that we've seen so far?
True Rippers and upsets here at TEC. Now, where have I heard that before? Seems like just last week, ain't it? I mean, last month, but time flies when you don't have much Valorant action headed your way. And that's something that's
Indeed.
not going to be the case this month, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a whole lot of Valorant both here in this month and next month. So do follow us on all the socials to hit that subscribe and that bell to make sure that you are in up to date and tuned in whenever we have the best of any esports action here at Southeast Asia. So, like you said, True Rippers now on Haven. The chances of upset are still minuscule, and the fact that it is Haven with this double duelist lineup up against them, it's something that these full set teams are more or less well versed with dissecting, right? At this point, it becomes more like 12th grade and the frog. You know every part of the anatomy, and you're just waiting to pick the pieces that you like. The start for True Rippers on the attack, and now it looks like the commitment towards B. Although this early aggression towards A is something that I like. It shows that
Oh my god.
Team Bhunga is not hesitant whatsoever in playing aggressive and taking those aim duels, and that's something that they're able to actually do pretty well in this opening segment of the pistol. Although with the plan going down so fast, there better be a contingency plan set in play.
Yeah, let's hope so, because they've got flashes coming in. Master taking out a couple of heads. They've stopped the defense for the moment, but the players have popped out to find the kills. And it's just one man left. Crosser, he goes down. Okay.
Exactly what we wanted to see, my friend. We wanted to see them confident. We wanted to see them take these aim duels, and well, they've done it. They won them out, and in all honesty, True Rippers a little aggressive there towards a Link, don't you think?
Oh, well. 1-0. Start off with a good pistol. A little bit of extra aggression, overcommitment from the side of One Tap God towards that A-Link side. Probably could have been avoided. And not get too complacent with their postings. But now, they are going in towards A. And they have got a force buy here, OG. This is going to be interesting.
Okay, they're forcing into this, and Baba, that is not the way you'd like to swing wide. The close angle from Chira doesn't help either. This is where the problems truly start to emerge, right? Sure, True Rippers might have lost the pistol, but when you lose an investment like this, you lose far more real estate in the first half. So, the flawless entry so far, 3v5, and with such close angles being held by this kind of weaponry, it's almost a death trap that
One enemy remaining.
Bhunga are walking into, which has been very, very clinical so far. True Rippers truly ripping apart this buy.
Yeah, good force buy from them, and that they're going to be able to bank upon the fact of building up economy. Whereas the side of Bhungas did not quite expect what was going to be happening in this round. That force buy was completely unexpected from them, as you can clearly see by the way that Baba Lychee went towards A-Long, took a fight with that Guardian against 3 members, and just stood there. He was hoping at least to get at least one, so that even if it trades back, it's going to be a 4v4, but not the case. Churip was in the lead in terms of economy and weaponry, as they move in yet again towards that B side. Destroy that tripwire with the shock dart, and easy wings into the planting zone for them, as One Tap God is holding on the back of side and clears out one through the smoke, as Ember finds one momentarily towards mid as well. That C push helping them just for one orange
One
leaf,
enemy remaining.
but no more.
Somehow. Yeah, One Tap God giving Baba kind of a hard tag there. And the investment of something like a drone in this round, it's still a little questionable, right? That's something that you generally end up saving. Save those credits, make it use in a day or a round later come. And again, because of the reinvestment, Baba now has to go down the road of half shields. Which, if you're 2 Rippers and you're running 3 Spectres, boy oh boy, is that a dream situation. And the same is the case with Chira. The only difference is Chira has that operator, and he's well set in position towards the C side. He better get these opening frags, because they're going to be offered to him at range. Oh, smoke play. True Rippers, they're just trying to walk their way through. Nice spam, nice intuition from Pawn. The push, close range, the flash is delightful. True Rippers, they now find the ground even and close. Crosshair, he's trying to force the sidelines here, which might be the ideal play. As divided attention, they rule the C side. 2v2. Master, significantly low on HP. This should be a decent shock dart by Baba, although Crosshair's swift to dodge it. Easy post plant, I guess.
Indeed, Crosshair does have more health than his opponent and than his teammate, and he's already taken out one. The recon has actually detected him because it's on his body. And although he's letting the opponent defuse, they're spamming him down, but he loses his teammate. The half defuse has been stuck. Out comes the total force. Goes for the kill. No, he will not get it. Elichi is lightning fast.
That Total Force was such a good decision at that moment because he knows that at such low HP he needs to take a very, very quick fight. If only he was quicker. There we go.
He was going to be defended. There was a 2v1, so one player was going to hold down his swing while the other stuck the defuse. The True Rippers, they might have damaged them, but that of Bhunga still have enough money for an operator.
This is weird. Having a Sentinel and two duelists at one side is not something that we see that often. Might be a deliberate bait in. Oh, you talk about a curveball? Yeah, one tap God was that curveball there, my friend. Did he just jump over that tripwire? Oh, starting to look a little dicey. One tap God. The spam by Orange Leaf was just delightful. And the fact that he had the Phantom there was the fact that nobody could fight back. There's no tracer fire out from that Phantom, the close plan, and it's punished.
Wow.
Chira. Heartbreak. Luckily, Pan is right around the corner, but he's only good for one. A 1v2 required from the Sentinel. Is he gonna come full force? Is the question. Does get tickled by that shock dart, which means one tap is a problem. Ember, smoke out, but he's still reluctant on the plan. They're gonna fight this a 2v1, and they do it textbook. A very good resistance that they were able to offer, because that side hold was relatively strong. Right up until Chira ended up giving away just a little bit, and that, again, premature engagement through defender spawn rotation.
Oh boy, well, True Rippers able to pull one more out of the bag, but they've still got competition here, it seems like, OG. They are being contested pretty well, so I am very happy to see this, honestly, from the side of Team Bhungas. But how much farther can they take this? Orange Leaf pushing up from A, while the rest of True Rippers are moving in towards the C side. A slide and a half. Crosshair will get that kill, though. As one tap God is just spamming. Pan Parag is finding all the kills.
Spike down.
How is this happening? The C-Long got absolutely decimated by that one Omen. And
Here's
the garage.
Ember's
the
last
garage
the
yeah,
It's not safe.
he can actually
No
teleport
theft.
away. He can teleport away if he wants to. He's got the
Now
other one.
he
There he goes. There he goes. To the A side, he finds himself teleporting, plants the spike, has even time to go up towards heaven, and has a teleport as well. Two teleports.
Yep.
So he can go there. There's no camera, so he does not be worried about being spotted, but there is a triple flank coming. And
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to expect this.
Group play. They won't play the numbers. And Ember, he wants to play the position. He gets the first one upon who was the low player, and Baba quick on the trade. That was crucial that he found the trade in the nick of time. Very, very nice round out of the bag from Team Bhunga, where they anticipated the close fights. Now, this is something that you never really want to do up against the Pistols, right? They did a good thing by having the fights prolonged for so long, and the back of a little bit of chaos, they were all able to individually peak and at least guarantee themselves one frag. That one frag is so crucial that it keeps the momentum rolling. And if your teammate like Pan Parag, who's holding close to its C-Long, gets a frag, all of a sudden pressure starts to build up, right? Very good usage of aggro and how they draw it off each other. They get the back up on Chira, and this time he's supposed to towards the B side. He's trying to move around, trying to be unpredictable. That's the best part about his jet so far. Although the play from True Rippers seem a little too predictable at this point, as they yet again turn tails and head towards C.
Well, one tap God's already made his way towards shot, and they're okay with giving him this much of room. And they've given the site away, and those tripwires are being a menace! Orange Leaf is such a menacing guy. Those tripwires are giving him free kills. There's a camera that's spotting out people as well. Sai will finally put an end to his means. As now it's a 4v4. That stun is amazing. Keeps three of them at bay as Fragger has to go in with his wall towards one side. and cover on the other. Hanpura gets on top of things. Should be able to find a kill here, but Crosshair is still aware of this. He's so quick on the trigger. Elighty will get one in return. The recon will not give him anything more. The reload comes in for the Jet as Kira has to run away.
Yeah, could have found the fracture with the smoke. What the doable? Chira, Shori, your favorite gun universe isn't gonna be put to use. Nah, justifiably so. Thank God. One tap God, he finds that kill. 4-3. True Rippers, they take the lead.
Well, they do take the lead, and this is True Rippers going back and forth. Honestly, this has been quite a, one-to-one punching scenario. You give a blow and I give one right back, and it could be the same again here. And this man here, this nerdy cipher setups that he's got towards the A side, this guy, you need to watch out for him. Orange Leaf looking really, really sneaky with his cipher playmate king, but this time he's going towards A shot to go for a straight up peek. Okay, I do not know what exactly was the thought process there, but does not give him any value. The B side taken care of by Crosshair as he eats a bullet to the head himself. Fragger goes down and unaware of the fact that Ember was circling around him from the other side. And now they head in towards the A side to pinch movement, anybody being there. But nobody is. Kyra and Pan, both towards the B side. They both have just pistols to work with. And Ember is tucked into this corner along with his teammate Crosshair. As both of them are trying to play for a base situation here. The one kill comes through, but they do not expect Ember. But now they see him, and Ember actually doesn't do anything there. Just a bit of chipping damage. And Sai is going to be the one to take out that kill as one tap God stuns him, and Ember will take him out. It's going to be another beautiful round for True Rippers, but one where they should not have lost two players.
Need to keep the momentum here, True Rippers, in my opinion. They've gotten the rounds, and so far, even though it's looking like a doable task for Team Bhunga, they still are in the wait for a couple of these rounds. And in all honesty, 3 rounds, bro, there still needs to be more of a battle. For now, True Rippers look way warmed up than how it started off, right? Look at that, dude. One tap God, he just sliding into those angles like
a little too aggressive. Okay,
exactly.
One great kill, but that just was okay, overboard.
Fracco can't push that smoke. Orange has a cam, and I think that's destroyed just about now. Wow. Okay, I assume that's Orange Leaf actually getting that frag, but it's Sai on Baba. Numbers starting to look like a problem here suddenly for Team Bhunga. And they need both numbers on their roster and for the team.
Well, let's see how farther they can take this. Fagger, he gives a flash, but he gets flashed himself. Orange Leaf has actually taken out one, but he will instantly be traded out. Side to finish off the last kill as Kyra will fall. And number 6 up for True Rippers as they pick up 3 in a row. And a much needed stabilization for them.
4 ultis on the board, bro. True Rippers are absolutely loving it. Yeah, the neural theft and fear from shadows on the other side. But the only thing has been so long, and we've still not gotten to see the Blade Storm or the run it back. Especially the run it back, because it's an ulti that doesn't require as many points. So it's surprising that we still haven't gotten to see a display of it just yet. Right now, True Rippers are just loving this ace side, aren't they? What the hell? Lamau. What are we witnessing, my friend?
One enemy remaining.
It's like a deathmatch all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're just getting absolutely pummeled here. Panprak delivers a blinding shot onto one tap God. But he will not be able to do the same to Crosshair. 3 kills for the man for this round. And number 7 on the board for the attackers. True Rippers moving towards what we were expecting. A steady and dominatory win. But how long can they keep this up? They need a couple of more rounds. And yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though the last round that could be coming in this half could be ending up on a number of either 9-3 or an 8-4. And that's good enough for True Rippers, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty decent from True
Could have
Rippers
been
on
better,
this attack.
but good.
Meh. Sometimes you just have to make do, and in this situation, is no compromise either. Pamparag with a questionable shrouded step. Just shrouded in doubt from since the moment he made that decision. This has to be a successful retake, dude. This can't be a failed attempt. Sure, they're a man down, but rounds like these where they have full investment can't go down the drain this easy. One tap god on the other side of the wall, looking to maybe make a little bit of brilliance. The Hunter's Furies bang on point and forces one tap god to essentially go in like he's a recon dart himself. They make use of the numbers here, and this is the best it's ever been for quite a while. They find side through the wall, they should find the defuse. And the 4th round on the board. They took their sweet time with it. Although if Pamparag would have waited just a little longer, they might have had another man on the retake. That being said, True Rippers finally lose a round, and it might force them to use the utility that they've saved up, like the Rolling Thunder, like maybe even the Tour de Force.
Yeah, but this is not exactly, you know, a half that True Rippers were expecting. I really thought that they would do a little bit of a better job given their skill and stature. But hey, first half win in form of 8-4, not going to be too bad. These tripwires are going to be a huge problem for one tap god if he decides to push on through. He's got one right there, and Orange Leaf is ready for it, but he peeks prematurely. Did not wait for the tripwire to do the work for him. And that'll give his team a disadvantage now. But they've got a Phoenix ultimate to work with. And Elaichi is going to allow that ultimate to work on the back of a recon. Nobody on side, it seems, as Master's got a pretty strong ultimate to work on the back of himself. Crosshair takes care of that Mirage. As there goes the Rolling Thunder. Pamparag tries to get away, but he's in that smoke, it seems. One tap god goes into the side himself, is getting around a little too quickly for his own comfort. Kyra takes him out, but it's a 2v4. Don't see this work going any other way apart from a True Rippers win. Side takes out the penultimate kill, as the one man left is just teleporting around the entire world.
And Ember finds him in the nick of time. Surprised that they didn't use any other ultimates in this round except for the Rolling Thunder. Nonetheless, 8-4. Revenant more than in a comfortable position with this first half. And this is where the, you know, on the defense, Cypher, A-tier Sentinel, in my opinion. But on the attack, it's more or less to stop an Orgless kind of push, right? It's to maintain a little bit of barricades around your aggressive avenues to make sure that you have some form of a reliable net. The only thing that can actually counter a Cypher is an Omen, where he'll be able to TP across the tripwires. So, what's in the bag for Orange Leaf? Because he's been the man to look out for. Nice flash, but an even better peek from Baba, who peeks right before the blinding light and manages to find one tap god. Is this the call? Are they committing towards C in such a fashion? Okay. They believe in being absolute. And for now, Fragga has the only one who's found more space, and Master's quick to deny it. Nice Vault Wire to try and divide and conquer. Wow. Did Pamparag really think that'll work?
Oh my god, Master. On for the ace now. Come on. That is a teleports that are, well, let's just say less than ideal. As Orange Leaf does get one. That bait from the camera, so perfect. But he needs to find the final one, and he's been spotted. Master ready for this swing. He knows exactly where to peek. He's got the fault line coming in about a second. There it goes. And there's the stun. No, it doesn't come through, but he still gets the ace. Master, as the breach, stands on the back of site and eliminates everybody goddamn possible.
Fun Parag again. Production having a fun time as well. A cash release. This is absolute worst case scenario for Team Bhunga. Not only did they end up giving away a very important pistol that would have enabled them to maybe level the score, but they also gave so much of confidence with that one play.
Here.
True Rippers are gonna be floating in it and are gonna be interested in taking some of these early deals. Although they do lose the B side for it, so it didn't go all for free. Close range with the Spectre and the Shorty, dude. Ember is in for a nasty surprise. The positioning is so whack. Look at this, they're going all the way to its heaven. Fracker is coming from lobby, makes his way through a shard, baits the frag in for Parag. A 2v2, smoked out defender spawn rotation, and that leaves the heavens open for their mercy. That leaves the backstab vulnerable, which they're now accounting for, and Master does his job and gets that frag. That was the high HP player. Fragger's position anticipated and well dealt with. Double digits on True Rippers, and they're making this look like a walk in the park.
Oh, well, number 10 for the side of True Rippers as they head on towards the double-digit side with a little bit of damage done to them. Actually, quite a bit of damage done to them. They're not going to have proper weaponry going into the next round if they do choose to force into this one. And if they lose the bonus, that is, because I really think that they should be playing on the bonus, but they're still buying Inspectors, it seems. So, not entirely convinced by this move of True Rippers. But let's see how it works out for them. Ember's the only one apart from Master and One Tap God who possibly could have a little money in the next round. And this becomes a must-win round for the side of True Rippers now.
Play True Rippers. They're looking to up the gear a notch, and One Tap God. The fact that he chased all the way from garage for that kill, it's lunacy, my friend. Some of the things that we're getting to witness, yeah, I'm happy that I'm on a small break from Valorant right now. Oh, no, they missed him. Orange Leaf checks! How does he still account for this, dude? Orange Leaf, the brains that he has, quite big, quite big. Look at Master's positioning. Lol, they played off each other here. And now with the Vandal, it's possible for the repeat for Ember. He does damage, but that's all he finds. 1v3. It's gonna be Crosshair. Try and come in with a magnanimous play.
Oh, the timing. He's actually gone past, but he sees a teleporter and he will go down.
A free Vandal.
Yep, a Vandal to work with, and now he needs to get into the site. Expecting one to come in from garage as a backstab, but it's not the case. Both the players are towards C-Long. And he needs to fight both of them because they will double swing for sure. Parag will be the first one to swing because he's the one lower on HP. He swings and he's going to be the one to find him either way. Okay.
Good stuff. 5 to 10. We seem like we have a fight on our hands, my friend. And mind you, True Rippers, they're the ones that kind of gave it away, right? With One Tap God's aggression. On a map like Haven, it's so much more forgiving as a defender if you lose one player, because the defense gets stretched way more thinner, and more importantly, you need to give away a couple of avenues as real estate to make sure that you can play that split defense. So it's not ideal for them to walk in with such a deficit. Although they have a little bit in terms of weaponry to work with, and yet again, the fast play. Oh god, oh no, One Tap God, he just demolishes them! The triple! And that lobby is painted red and is painted dead.
Well, that was quite a push-up, and now instantly, they will just, well, no movement whatsoever. They've got absolutely no idea as to what just happened towards that A main side. As One Tap God hands over his weapon to another player, and is now
One
playing with the
enemy
Sheriff.
remaining.
As Sai with the Sheriff himself
down A.
shuts them down.
What you're describing there is called impact shock, my friend. The stun
Go, go, go.
that you get when you're utterly bamboozled. Two Rippers are just 2 rounds away from taking this dub, which we expected. And in all honesty, Bhunga's well played so far. They delivered a couple of sensational rounds. A couple more rounds were questionable at the very best, but True Rippers made it look kind of easy. At this point, it's just about what more. Look at that recon. They're trying to play so conservative. They're a little shell-shook by taking fights now.
Oh, Dagger spots across there. There comes the stun, and he's stuck in that little corner towards the side, but still safe enough. Sai takes out Orange Leaf. Sai takes out Parag. Sai looking for the third, but he will have Master to trade him off in case he dies, which is the case. And now is the 2 duelists who haven't taken the fights at all to go and find themselves the final bit of success that they can, because this seems like a done and dusted situation. 12 and 5 looking inevitable, and 13 and 5 could be the possible scoreline that we end this game on. There's one, and there's 2. Crosshair takes him out. And ladies and gentlemen, match point for True Rippers.
Match point.
Team
Spike down mid.
Bhunga facing
Enemy remaining.
certain elimination at this point. It's gonna require a 7-round miracle streak for them to make their way back in this best of 1 and retain their slot in this qualifier 1. True Rippers looking almost certain that they're gonna back this. A push towards A from either side. And One Tap God's been able to put a good stop to this, although finally they use the run it back. They get a decent bit of control towards a long rolling thunder being primed for the get-go, and a very crucial entry. Now there's so much lesser utility for them to rely on, and One Tap God's coming with a taser.
I'm sorry, what? Did he just get through to the smoke?
Yes, sir.
Well, that seems like it's it, ladies and gentlemen. Fragger might be getting one more, but he's still got a Neon to worry about. They do get him out, though. The double peak works. And Fragger's gonna heal himself for the one bit that he can, as it's a 2v2 now. They have a post-plan ultimate available, as the Hunter's Fury is
Recon as
available
well.
on Sova. But Ember, ready to stop them.
Spot him. The spam starting to come in. They anticipate the play. They know the angle. Smoke. Yet again, he tries to swing, and Fragger finds that from a mile away. Crosshair might need to play it aggressive because of the Molotov, and that's more than enough for Fragger to claw the round back. Came down to the wire, but when it came down to it, Bhunga were able to come up on top, and that's the more crucial part. They keep themselves alive, but just for a little longer. Only question is how much longer, because at this point, True Rippers just one step away from taking the dub, taking the victory, and proceeding further into the Challenger Series.
I need this. I will find you.
Well, final round here. What seemed like it at least. Sai going for the early ultimate. He wants to try and find a kill if possible.
Does get a connection.
Yeah,
He gets it on
does get
Sova and
one.
Phoenix.
Yep. But for how long are the attackers going to be sitting and waiting for the defense to come to them? Because that's been pretty much the name of the game. Orange Leaf does not spot anybody, retrieves his camera, but One Tap God, he sees all of it and positions himself so far up ahead towards the A side. Trying to bottleneck them as much as possible, and even got the breach for support.
And aggro. He's gonna take the first fight there. Unless One Tap God decides, you know what? I might just go get the speed. Oh, that flash. That flash. That was delightful. Another one.
Another one on One Tap God, just
Down A.
banking upon the fact that his breach has got his back.
Hunter's Fury even being aimed at. Why didn't they clear out this closed right angle yet? What's happening here? Bhunga, they're giving way too much room
30
for one
seconds
tap.
left.
I like how Orange... Wait, is he lagging or is that BM? I think it's lag.
Yeah, he was lagging out. Orange Leaf
I know
did lag out. He's got the ultimate, but it doesn't even matter. Size doing
Down
cleanup
mid.
duty. Someone called the janitor. It's
Is
game
he-
over.
That's the
Yeah,
Yoru move.
He's logged. He's
10
yeah.
seconds left.
That's a fake. That's a fake decoy and a win for the side of Two Rippers. Ladies and gentlemen, Two Rippers take the win 13-6 to go up into the round of 32.
Yeah, we've gone to see 2 games of Haven so far today, and it's been 2 games of domination that we've gotten to witness from both Orgless and True Rippers respectively. True Rippers, it did look a little questionable in the first half, right? There were a couple of rounds where you might have seen the promise of the underdog, but I think that was quickly smugged away as soon as True Rippers hit the attack. They were ready with their offensive. They wanted to take the fights that they... let's be honest, some of the fights that they took aren't really the most rational, if you may use that word, but it still did end up working out, and that came back to that confidence factor that we spoke about earlier on in the game. Once you're a significant underdog, there is a degree where True Rippers respect you, but that's only if they're forced to. That's only if they're punished enough. And in the first half, sure, the punish was there, and you saw True Rippers play a little more methodically, a little more relaxed, and a little more conservatively, but all that changed in the second half, where they were not denied aggression one bit.
Yeah, that is true. True Rippers were absolutely the pedal to the metal. They were just going up ahead in the faces of the opponents. Didn't matter whether it was defense or offense. Especially One Tap God. His, absolutely crazy movement as the Neon. He took one fight, won that fight, and then went to a completely different side of the map, all alone by himself. No support to get another kill, but eventually he did die out. But I gotta give him key and kudos for his, confidence. Wow, that guy was just running around the entire map. We should have a stat that somehow is possibly able to track distance traveled by every agent on the map, right? And One Tap God would be, it would be something very weird, but like they do it in football, where how much distance a player travels on the pitch. We could find out how much distance, if we could find out how much distance a player could travel on the map. But let's go to the highlights as we continue talking about Two Rippers, because in the starting, while they did take things for a worse turn, they immediately were able to at least settle it in the first couple of rounds, give it blow for blow, and then bring it back to a domination.
After this first few rounds, it never really seemed like Bhunga had much of a fighting chance. A couple of these rounds were very, very clutch by Orange Leaf, right? With his solid defense setup, it felt like they always stood a chance on the defense duty. That's something that I really think that you have to commend Orange Leaf for. One of the few sentinels from one of these up-and-coming teams that I might want to have a look at in the next couple of months. Hopefully they stick around for that long though. Because here at the Esports Club, we have Valorant events day in, day out, month in, month out. And unlike other TOs, this is all going to be open for most of it. So if you're a newer player to Valorant, if you're looking to make a team, and if you're looking to compete against some of the best that South Asia and Southeast Asia have to offer, well, you know how to find us, as we are the home of Indian Esports.
Indeed. True Rippers right now will qualify to the round of 32, but honestly, I gotta say that things are looking slightly bleak for them. 6 rounds given away to the opponent that I think they should have done a lot better. They could have finished this off 13-3, 13-2. But still, a win is a win that they will take. And I really hope that they will be able to find themselves the wins until they reach the quarterfinals. So that's where the best of 3 starts. And now, the one thing that's left for them to do, Team Bhunga, is register for Qualifier 2. Come back again. Try again. Maybe this time they'll be able to get it.
Yeah, and even if they don't get all the way to the top 4, it's all cool. The way you learn and grow as a player and as a team is when you play against better individual players and better teams. And True Rippers undoubtedly are one of those teams that you'll end up having a good experience with, not only as you learn, but also as you want to grow. Because True Rippers exploited a lot of fundamental issues yet again against their adversaries. You know, not having the concept of the crossfire, the rotations not being on point, the retake utility being slightly off.
Enemy remaining.
So these are the fashion of losses where you take a lot back home and you improve, which is exactly what we're looking for, right? This is meant to get newer names from this region, and we've gotten newer names. Now it's just the time for these newer names to play more tournaments, get more experience, and then compete at the level that True Rippers are now. So that's something that we hope to see them do, and that's something that they more than have a platform of doing.
Most certainly. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much been the third game for our day 2 of the qualifiers on of 64. As there's a lot of other games that are happening in the background. Some of them have been completed earlier on, and some of them will be going on right now in the background. But for now, we've got one more game in the bag for the broadcast, which will be coming up in just a few minutes. So don't go anywhere. We will be back with the next and the final game of today, day 2 of Qualifier 1. We'll be back with the AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 present TEC Challenger Series powered by Crucial. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics. legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Ryzen with Windows 11 presents the Esports Challenger Series powered by Crucial. Your boy Aggressive is here to replace Universe. I do believe he had some problems coming out in his end, and I was like, he called me, and I instantly came over because this matchup is gonna be one that we do not want to miss. And hey, I had to be on the hot seat. It's gonna be your boy Aggressive with a main man OG on the sidelines. He's been back after a pretty long time. I know you missed him. I know he has been on the works for a while. And now that he's finally back to cast this momentous occasion, I'm really excited for this one. Chill Court going up against the side of Team Vampiric. It's going to be a pretty good one, but at the same time, they have a lot of big names on their side. But we have seen a lot of these big names also falter. Because yesterday, I do remember that we had a matchup. I don't remember the exact team name, but they had such talented players, but they fell short. Okay, RG Academy. And their roster just fell short massively.
Damn. All right. So we have a familiar face. We have actually a couple of familiar faces. If you do follow the esports club and its Valorant events, you should remember Techno, Satan, Venka. They've made a name for themselves. And you have CA, who's coaching them, the ex-coach for Velocity Gaming. So there's definitely a lot of big names on the back of this roster. And given that they're now in this qualifier one, and given that we've had a couple of teams have already taken their outing, namely Orangutan female, a couple of up-and-coming teams as well, this matchup I think is the most unpredictable one that we've had today. Although to some extent, I feel like that underdog present is somewhat diminished in this matchup. I think in the other matches that we've had throughout the entire day, there was one team that had the dominant upper hand. There was one team that was on the significant back foot. I think you can make a case for you can make a case against that for Orangutan female, as they do face higher tier composition in their circuit respectively. But you know what? That's a story for a day later to come. Let's head into the agent select, ladies and gentlemen, as we get to know who are gonna be the player in Ascent. It's a map that we discussed prior. Me and Universe did bring up the point that Ascent's a map that tests out your fundamentals. So it's very important to have your I's dotted and your T's crossed on a map like this. Let's see what the draft is gonna look like. It's gonna be... Wait, are we seeing a Viper? I hope we don't see a Viper. That's all I can say. There we go. Thank God. Glyph, gonna be heading in with the chamber. You have the jet to complement it. You have a dive bomb. You have a double initiator on the side of the attack, and on the defense you have two wait, okay, there's still two players hovering over the KO. You'll still have the double initiator though, which I'm pretty sure the other player now should go to smokes. Oh, okay, a change in form. They've opted out for one initiator and put in the controller, but they're still gonna go double duelist by the looks of it. A race on Ascent. See, I find value here, Aggressive, although I do find a little bit of skepticism, if that's the right word, because attacking won't really be that easy on Ascent with that double duelist composition. Sure, you have double duelist means you can take more fights, but doesn't mean you can take more fights in a way that's advantageous to you, which is the bigger thing. In a game like this, at a tournament like this, in a level like this in South Asia, there are very few teams which are at the top which will offer you a fight which they're not going to have an advantage on. So finding the edge on those fights is going to be what's key to make this double duelist meta, or not even a meta, a double duelist strategy work, because it's far from being meta.
Yeah, one of the main things that I would like to highlight is that, yes, double deal is not really one of the strongest compositions on the map of Ascent, primarily because you want to have that KO, you want to have that Sova, just be able to rush your way in based upon the information that you gain. And of course, the null command causing the best initiation attempt that you could hope for, especially against Killjoys and Chambers, which are pretty much a plague whenever you play on this particular map. But then again, the race pickup is not that horrible of a pick, and I don't think I have spoken to you about this, but with the recent meta shifts, we have seen a lot of regions, primarily in Brazil and Latin, start picking up the rays on the map of Ascent with the Astra, because the way that the Astra plays out, you have so much utility to just run around with that even the rays, whose utility is a lot more sparing, you don't really have a lot of charges for it, and you need to get kills to regain it. It's so deadly that the Astra can set up perfectly for the rays utility, and a lot of teams have not yet picked up on it.
Now it's going to be a rush towards A though, and that's something that I hope that they pick up on. It's Venka getting that first kill, and a beautiful start for the side of Vampiric as they find the opening and nobody to even come close to contesting this. Although Kakarot does find Venka through the gaps, and he's found the extension and punished it. 2 versus 3. Chillcord still with the opportunity to try and fold on this, but it's fading away from them real quick as mana drops in from heaven and rains down hell. A quick retake, and a retake that I didn't expect, in all honesty, aggressive. With the way the setup from Team Vampiric was looking, I assumed that it should have been a late retake where they're going to try playing off the angles, but they just rushed in real quick, and that's something Chillcord, I doubt that they themselves see that coming. They were all caught by surprise.
A little bit of a surprise right here now, it seems. But for now, jumping straight on back.
Okay.
One more can be found. Here is possibly an inkling of something that could be great, but then again, you're looking at a team that had a pretty rough beginning when it came down to the attacking side, because the execution was pretty strong, but again, the defense, they're just catching them off guard in a lot of these different situations. They're playing a bit too far apart, and this is slightly scary. They're trying to go in for picks, but not for trades, which is questionable whenever you are trying to gain yourself a thrifty round. You want to be stacked up as possible, because plays like this happen in a couple of seconds.
And it's about denying that trade that gives you that significant upper hand on a round like this, right? It gives you an opening, it gives you a window that you can strike. Oh, and that was a very crucial martial shot that wasn't landed by Selty, who might be forced to play that aggressive stance, but he's found another off angle to play off his teammate who's on the lurk. The dash! He's trying to prod his way through that kill. Luckily, Selty finds it. Yeah, Venka was forced into playing that hand. It's however still a very doable 1 versus 2. It's only a classic though that he has to offer, the paranoia, and he's trying to play the close angle, although that's pretty expected. Extinct with a wide swing. That could have been a very different story if he tried to go for the gun and the aggressive play through defender spawn, but not the case though. And
No fireworks today, I'm
a
afraid.
very chilling round that Vampiric just won by the skin of their teeth. They still lost 3 members on what would be their anti-eco. So now with the investment from Chillcord, they have to face substantially weaker weaponry and a team that, if they manage to beat on this time of asking, will have next to nothing in terms of economy.
Just surprising on that regard, because then again, hey, it's a thrifty round. A lot of teams don't really pay attention to the thrifties, even though they should. I think that in our region, primarily, at least in the tier 2 scene, I've seen teams just completely disregard the weight of these eco rounds. Valorant's one of the few games out there on the TAC FPS genre that you can easily win out on an eco round. You have the tools to do it, primarily through the usage of abilities. People like the Chamber can easily turn the tides and get 3 kills in like 2 seconds. It's very much possible.
Chamber, yeah,
That's
Jet,
Yeah.
Raids, the Showstopper, a lot of important ultimates, and also a small piece of utility, right? Like imagine the Gravity Well alongside the Pain Shields combo if you know that the rush is going to be imminent. So it's a lot more feasible for you to fight back, and a nice play from Venka. A clinical take off this mid part of the map. They not only dissected the aggression through short, but they also found all the frags through market at their timing, at their angle, and you know, with their advantage. Nice play from Chillcord. A flawless victory here with their buy. And slowly, Team Vampiric are gonna be facing problems. Again, flashbacks to how they played the Eco, where they had only 2 members up. This is where the problems start to become a little visible. You start lacking a little in terms of utility. Celti doesn't have full shields. He's compromised and gone down the road of half shields. And there's the full investment coming yet again. And a commitment this time towards the B side. The recon not aptly destroyed, so it gives the little bit of information away to the side of Team Vampiric. And Mana, he's bound to that position. The door closing, it buys him a little bit of safe space. The B side, however, completely under siege, and in the Chilcourt have no way that they lose this now. A 5v5 post-plant utility is going to be key.
Yeah, they're just going to be going around as fast as they possibly can. But again, this stack over towards the side is a little bit problematic, but goddamn extinct. Got absolutely tapped out of existence. Glyph's going to be beautiful on that one. But again, Rajid just comes up from the side. And how does he get all of this control? I think he has a free defuse. I don't think they're going to be able to touch him. Oh my god, Kakarot's not going to be able to survive this one. It's going to be close. It's going to be tight. My god, Rajid, he had the perfect opportunity to do it. If Kakarot was able to just get one kill to slow them down, this was going to be a round win for the defense, but no, they falter. The attack is just able to survive with the skin of their teeth.
Maybe, what, half a second was left on that timer?
Yeah, as I said, if Kakarot got the kill, you know for a fact that this would have been a win.
So much on a knife's edge, dude. And they find the equalizer here. Surprising thing is they still managed to keep 3 members alive, dude. So it's quite good what they managed to pull out. Considering the position they were stuck in. Ratchet finally gets a kill. And it's a kill that might put a halt to this. The close range kind of favors this fight. They've still managed to take it. And they've managed to get the site cool. But there's a backstab that's imminent. There's still 7 bullets left in the chamber or the headhunter. And problems start to arise.
Oh, he's dead. Extinct, you don't know what's coming in behind you, but Kakarot, he's gonna be the savior, trying to hold the fort down, but Techno, he's just way too fast, but...
Yep.
Silly? Celti? What?
The Blade
This
Storm.
man just popped out with the headhunter and he just got the thrifty out. This is exactly what we were talking about, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah, the Blade Storm, the Headhunter, the team played together, the individual fights that were then given by Chilcourt to Team Vampiric. Not the best combination when they do go hand in hand. Luckily, they do have that 34s on Glyph. They have the Blades on Venka. They have another buy. So Chilcourt aren't really facing problems yet, although they still did give away that round. And Valorant giving away 1 round could be criminal because of the requisite being just 13. Yeah, the rounds become far more valuable than the weaponry or the utility for that fact.
That's where the real fun begins from here. One step at a time. Making their way up, but again, Glyph, he's always consistent when it comes down to finding these first initial couple of frags, dude.
Here's the thing though. Why is the Sova playing aggressive at B main when there's a chamber playing that side?
Wait, that was a Sova? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
What?
Again, stuff that shouldn't really happen. That is a big play punish and the Rolling Thunder now. Celti better make his way back to defender spawn. Sag. Showstopper doesn't do any damage whatsoever, and Chilcourt. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, this is where you cut the music and silence is what's more apt. I'll start playing that clip where they talk about, you know, tactical gunplay and precise gunplay.
Yes. But I think that Kakarot, he's going to be on the receiving end of some pain. But no, that's perfect amount of movement coming in from the side. And then a little bit of a troll, and he's going to pay the price for it with his life. Hey, you have to give it to the man. He did its best. He wanted to make him miss a couple of shots, but cool, calm, and collected. Kakarot's going to be able to shut him down. 3-3. It's a pretty close fight when you consider the disparity of skill between both of these squads, considering their names. So,
I like the fact that
And-
you just said skill as Venka did that drive by, you know? Perfect timing.
hey. Disparity of skill. There has to be something.
Well, Tadefos, are we gonna see it up? We might see the op, at least a sniper v sniper. Tadefos comes out, so Chukord still stand a chance to win this round. Now that's something that needs to be respected. That means vampiric still has a chance to win this round, so Chukord really need to respect that fact now. Have a lot of aggressive control, and with
I nearly
Don't worry,
choked.
guys. Aggressive, yeah, aggressive is fine. We don't need to call the ENT or any emergency staff. Although this 34 is so close. Sag. That's all you could find. Dude, this game, I'm so happy I'm taking a break from it right now.
Yeah, a lot of things happen.
Last player standing.
Stuff like that. Satan's gonna drag his soul down to the depths. And the last player remaining is on towards the east side. That is a true Satch right there. The man has a bulldog, 25 shields, but he does get a frag though, so that's pretty good for him. He's able to hold, but the real question is for how long. It is a 3 versus 1 situation, and I don't believe that the attackers should be going in for this considering their economy, but hey, what am I to judge? That's another one. And yeah, this is gonna be a heavy hit to the eco. That's for certain.
1v2, and both of them are fairly split here. Is he planning to use the ulti? Okay. He's in it to win it, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't see no way out but a W, and he might just be given the W. He has the possibility for a half a stick, but he's wasting way too much time trying to play these mind games, and with the time already ticked so low, opportunity has
it's
faded
done.
away from the hand of Extinct, who looks, all things said and done, extinct at this point. Nice shot, but no cigar.
That should have been a kill though. Yeah, I think that Extinct under that pressure
I love how
situation
Venka was
completely ran over.
I love how Venka was just dancing like it's Russian dubstep playing in the background there, and that frag just drops through the smoke.
How do you know that he was not listening to Russian dubstep?
I mean, kind of getting a little bit of a nightmare from CSGO when my teammates go and they like rush B. So yeah, been there. Don't want to do that.
That run was a bit too close for comfort though for both of these sides. And yep, goodbye. Good. Oh, wait a minute.
Let's go.
Rage, hello.
Venka, he gets punished for that run and gun, and rightfully so with the judge, as he did get
Just
judged.
the jury and the executioner. That's everything for you.
And all right.
Spike planted.
Now, it's all gonna be pistols that's left on the board for the vampiric, so they're gonna be happy with maybe another frag if they're able to do that damage. See a shorty up close and personal. We've been seeing a lot more of shorty plays today, my friend. I'm not sure how I feel about it though.
Hey, Universe is happy about it. That's his favorite weapon. So
So
He's in
for
his own little
Universe, it's
squad.
the shorty. For CCV, it's what, the Odin?
I think so. I don't know. CCV has a lot of mood swings.
Enemy remaining.
Like the shorty.
One
Well-
moment it's gonna be the one-shot potential that you always hope for. Next thing you know, you shoot both rounds into an enemy who's standing right in front of you, and it deals 140 damage.
Yeah, and right now I think is a very important moment for Team Vampiric. They have another buy, and this is their chance. They've been vying for this. If they fail to convert on this round aggressive, the first half will start looking very, very bleak. Paranoia holds the push
God, this is
momentarily.
bad.
Yeah, Selty is still all by himself. Nice Hunter's Fury that was all the way from Defender's spawn. Satan though finds that opening, and he finds even more. Extinct, yeah, he's pretty much extinct after that. And the Fear from Shadows perfectly used to bait out the rotation, plant the bomb towards that A side, and you've been job baited. Good luck, have fun with this 3v3 post plan, dude.
Yeah, free kill for Glyph. He doesn't miss those. Walking straight down over to his deaths. The last two members for the defense. I don't know, OG. Seems a bit bleak for them. Maybe getting a couple of frags, but Other than that, I don't think they're gonna find anything more than. Situation's pretty good.
Teleport's ready.
Cell opting to go in for a swing. Doesn't really find the fight that he wants, and Glyph, the spray control is gonna be perfect. Gets the secondary. 3 and 6. Pretty strong start. And hey, you have to remember that Ascend historically is much more favored towards the side of defense. So, yeah, to get those 6 rounds on attack, you're already golden.
I just wonder, in a situation like this where you have so much momentum, when are we finally gonna get to see the Blades and the Todefos from Chillcord? They don't really need to use it because of economic reasons, but once they're put in the clutch, once they're put in a tough situation, that's when you might see it come out, and that's honestly what I'm waiting for
Get out of my way.
at this point. Quick play, and it seems like we've gone to the Blades. So, one thing that I expected is out. Quick play though, towards the side. Did he right-click somebody through the smoke?
No. He actually just normal left click and didn't really hit any of the shots, but it's completely fine because he's still getting the kills with a rifle, and that's what really matters here. Still holding it down strong, all the flashes in hand, every single bit of utility to set every play up is going to be present, but maybe Vegna's fighting a bit more than he can chew here. The guy needs to chill because he has a death sentence, and it seems as though he doesn't even care. They're going to go in for this push over towards Garden, and this could easily go haywire in like 2 seconds, but Vega and Satan, they're just perfect when it comes down to their crossfires. Holding down both angles, man, on the back end. Doesn't really have enough to cast a magic spell. 3 and 7. Good God. That was an absolute slaughter.
This is confidence just brimming over the top of the barrel. For them to take that fight at Switch? Yeah, that's where you draw the line, don't you? That's where insanity truly can be felt. And Glyph with 14 frags in his bag in the 10 rounds that we've gotten to witness so far. You might fancy the Todefos in a round such as this. Although the Blade's out from Kakarot.
Face your
Could be a quick push towards A yet again, as they do come at the Nightfall as well. They're yet to find that opening there, and again, that opening not given by vampiric. They're more than comfortable playing this retake, and look at Venka just so quick on his aggressive stance. He gets traded out though, and that's a gun that's very in range. Kakarot can't really make that compensation that easily. The double setup towards Heaven, and right now it's a hellish situation.
I think they should just give this up. They have to look behind them, saying he's in such a good spot, and Techno's still holding from the top, and Techno's position's already been spotted. The man's still going in for this.
He's dead.
He's an absolute bad man. He should have just dipped out immediately after he got spotted out from main, but he doesn't really even care. Enough time to hold, and Shlogsy, he can just wait out in the corner, wait for his buddy Glyph to go in for plays. That's gonna be the first, that's gonna be second. My God, absolute crispy shots coming in from Shlogsy. And a 3 and 8.
Last round
OG.
in the half.
Yeah.
9 and 3's
Let's
right
not
around
go
the
there.
corner, but
Let's not go there.
why? You following the CCV route now?
Nah, I just don't see it happening. In all
Yeah,
honesty.
the thing is, the curse works when 2 teams are at very similar skill levels, but
Yeah. A couple of
It's
these
just gonna
calls
spread.
that are being made here is what's questioning me about this comeback that Team Vampiric are making in this first half. So that Sova playing aggressive towards B main was just one of them. It's a lot of decisions that wait, what the hell?
thank God he's doing it for the showboating now, man. The good God. He's swinging, he's fighting, he doesn't care. The man's running and gunning and none of the shots are hitting. What is happening?
Spike down B.
Shoot me already, bro. Just shoot me.
The Omen's just chilling on the back end on the side. Everyone's trying to run him down. They know he's there.
Vibes.
Except he's gonna get absolutely demolished. Knife comes out from the side of Satan, and good God, 9 and 3 has already been found. And if
Switching
Chillcord
sides.
are this confident in showboating all of this, I have no clue what's gonna happen on the attacking side.
This isn't only showboat. Like Venka, with the way he approached that, he also clears a lot of angles and is giving information to his teammate. But in ideal circumstances, you never want to see a Jet entry in that kind of a fashion. At least with our
If the
updraft,
enemy
it's
is
time to
confused,
fancy up a
then
play.
if you are confused yourself, then the enemy is confused as well. Correct?
Damn, I think this is why they made Ascendant.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm done. I'm done.
it's gonna be a B rush, man. It might be done pretty quick by the look of things. No resistance whatsoever, though. And the commitment towards A is gonna make one thing evident for Chillcord is the fact that the B rush is in. They play the retake and they play this together. That is for certain. As everybody emerges from the backlines, and there's only one man who's close to the market, the avenue. That is Glyph, who's now going to make his way through defender spawn rotation. So, Celti, the angle that he's holding, I think now is given up. That TP should be the play up.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's a whiff.
That is just depressing.
No, that's just a whiff right there.
Oh, friendly
Hit.
approach range.
They're gonna be able to hold the frenzy, making work happen in this pistol round again, possibly going in their favor. Not much to do here. Satan, he's gonna jump in from the above side, but still, Tashira is just way better when it comes down to those body shot plays that you want to go in for. 55 HP down below, just in the gutter. 4-9. Things started off pretty well, but again, the pistol rounds have not really been the strongest suit for Chillcord, it seems.
Now, mind you, when you win that pistol, when you lose the pistol and you win the follow-up round, the punish becomes oh so very real, right? Kind of feels
Especially when
like,
it goes consecutive.
yeah, it feels like kind of if you lose the pistol, sometimes is a better ask. Then if you lose the follow-up round, then you end up losing, 2 to 3 rounds in consecutive fashion.
We've already given away the 4 rounds, and these 4 rounds were primarily what? This pistol round wins? And anti-ego wins? Glyph, again, coming in down strong, does get the first kill, doesn't really find the second. Techno taking big chunks of damage. No one's gonna clear the boy though! He's gonna be good for the first kill, but he's not gonna be able to find anything more than that. One more gun in the hands of Satan could have been the game changer here, but he doesn't really gain anything out of this. Wait, no! He does find the Spectre! That's gonna be a swing! That's gonna be a kill! No! He's running out of bullets, man!
no!
Revives it! And Venka, it's all up to you, buddy. First tap the forehead, once and more!
He does it!
The last player's at 1 HP! He should know, Manic, he's dead! Good God, man!
Why?
He could have waited! He had the spike!
Good.
Oh God, that's just sad.
Ay. Vanka was on the verge of creating brilliance there. He almost made you lose your vocal cords as well.
Yeah, he made me lose my vocal cords for a second. I was running out of breath and I had no idea what to do in that situation. As soon as I saw Venka peeking out of the corner, I was like, good God, please no. Please no.
That's not ready.
Well, that was quite a bit of damage that Venka was able to do on his adversaries as well. So the damage will come to use, is what I'm trying to say now. They have been able to reinvest, which is a very good thing, because with the economic situation of Team Vampiric being in such a fashion, yeah, it could be a quick outing or it could be an even longer stretch. It all depends on the way these engagements are taken. Techno, good on getting that first frag, and he uses the Shrouded Step brilliantly to disengage and have the other angle. Shoulder spotted. He still gets a kill. Okay, bro. That is
Getting away with
above and
murder at
beyond.
this point. Satan, good on the jiggle though. He's gonna be able to move his way out of danger, but how long is the real question? Mana in a pretty tough spot. He's out straight in the open, but he could not get the tag onto Techno. That would have been a free kill, but now extending. He needs to be the one to step up to the plate, and he's gonna be the one to take it. Good kills, and
They
hey,
find it.
they have insight. Almost in the open.
Although they still do have Vanka towards the back
30
side to deal
seconds
with.
left.
Although 8 might be a possibility. They're gonna flush in through market, and it's all heard by his teammate. Venka now left and all to do. Position undiscovered. He's
don't think he's
hidden
gonna
behind,
lose.
and he might be swept under the rug. They are gonna double swing this to get the confirmation though, and they take the double peek with absolute brilliance. The push, the flash, it's decent, and they won't anticipate the close angle. This could be a clutch, and Ratchet, he's trying his very best. Up close, classic. This is when the right click absolutely slaps the headshot in return, and Ratchet finds the clutch.
And that's
Chill
just a
Cord
sad
kept that bait.
situation. That was a really good try, though, you have to say. That's an NT right there, if I've ever seen one. Slogzy nearly pulled off the impossible. The classic did hit him in the head, but the Bermuda Triangle was not formed. 6 and 9, the magic number has been found, and with the pause now being taken, it's a pretty good idea because you've already seen that Team Vampiric have taken a lot more rounds than they really should have. And now you are questioning exactly what the strategic plan is. You need to stop pushing aggressively in a lot of these different situations, and you're overheating way too much. You have a 2-kill advantage and you still are trying to push your opponents. Why exactly?
Confidence, a little overzealous. Yeah, at least that peak through top mid was a little unwarranted, right? That aggression through mid, it kind of stretched the defense a little thin, and when the defense was stretched a little thin, the aggression through B main was well placed by Team Vampiric. So yeah, the forward stance is costing them to some degree. Not something that they need to rectify ASAP. What is the thing that Say would be saying right now? Would he... I think right now the call should be try to focus on mid control, because mid is someplace where most of the time you do end up getting a duel which is fairly even. You have a little bit of aggression, but try to contain it towards mid. Get aggressive info, but don't play overly aggressive and compromise the man advantage that might go the other way. So they've tried to play aggressive through A main. They've tried to use utility to get aggressive information. They've found nothing. They've tried to play aggressive a little through mid, at least with the use of the chamber so far. They've yet to be received with any utility or footsteps or information for that fact. And the only thing that's come towards them is a drone towards B. They have a four-man presence towards this side of the map. And you better hope that Team Vampiric read their cards right.
A bit of a miss coming in from Glyph, but he gained some information that, hey, possibility of an A side hit, so we need to rotate a couple of the players that we have stacked upon B over towards the A side now. Mid control already being gained completely by the members of the attack. And now, Vampiric, they're in the perfect spot to go in for this execution. No real utility to slow them down even. And Kakarot with the first initial kill, taking down Techno early. Best plan ever. Rachid and Selty, they get a couple of kills that they need to close out the round. Beautiful start, 7 and 9 to end off this entire bonus.
Chillcore denied double digits, and that's been the story for a little time now. Team Vampiric are slowly but surely heating up as a unit. Kakarot, he's like, if I don't get him in one bullet, it's all yours, boys. And the boys take it. 9 rounds is something Chillcore have been well settled in for the past couple of rounds, but it's some place where Team Vampiric aren't really shy of reaching. They're just 2 rounds away themselves. Vampiric, they're also close in derailing the Chillcore economy. It's Glyph who has that operator on his hands, and he's trying to play the aggressive stance here towards B main. On the other side, you have only the Omen who might be able to get a flash or the reconnaissance from both the drone and the boom bot. The Vaultwire puts it to a temporary stop, and the aggression just doesn't pause whatsoever. Glyph finds that kill, finds his way out. They find the advantage, and they're going to be pretty content with the early fight.
I love this. The fact that they did opt to go in for the aggressive play early on over towards the side of B main based upon the utility being used by the breach was the best call that you can make. You have not played aggressive like that through the usage of utility over towards these choke points as often. They got caught off guard. Mana being taken down this early is the biggest hit for Team Vampiric. They do not have a second initiator. So now how do they want to enter the site? They need to use their bodies to try and get information and try and survive the onslaught from the other end. This is bad. Really bad. But with this operator being on the other end, how do they want to hold this? It's just not gonna happen. Not anytime soon.
Ooh, the paranoia just about said him.
The paranoia actually goes that far? Goddamn.
At this point, Glyph is just taking the frags as they come. He's taking one fight after one fight, and you see that there's no real coordination between the way Vampiric are taking their fights, right?
Player standing.
It leads to you giving yourself up in 1v1 duels, which, if you have an operator, that's ideal for you.
I also do believe that they should have waited out for at least one smoke to come back from the Omen before opting to go in for this execution. They went in a bit too early, and Techno, mwah, chef's kiss. That was a beautiful tap.
And it's finally double digits, man. It's like it's been a while, right? We were expecting this to be double digits in the matter of no time. Chilcord finally looking like they have a resurgence.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, though, honestly, when you think about it. Because for now, Team Vampiric, they have showed some presence on this map. But again, I do believe that the utility usage is a little bit lackluster from their side. Their gunfights are pretty good when it comes down to their raw mechanical skill, but they don't feel comfortable whatsoever on the other end of that. Again, just look at this aggressive play. They're still going in. And Glyph, he doesn't even care. The man's just peeking out corners left and right on the breach. And that's not something that you normally see now, do you?
Yeah. A lot of information that Satan has also gotten on his back now. He confirms the presence of two people outside A. He confirms that A short is clean with the usage of his Prowler. And it allows Glyph to reposition himself with that operator to yet again land that lethal blow. Every time he's taken a fight with that operator so far, it's been 1v1 duels. That's not how you play against an operator aggressive. You need both the double peak and maybe utility going your way to even fairn up your odds to win that aim duel. And that's the problem right now that Team Vampiric aren't able to deal with. They aren't able to decode what this position will be like and how it might be problematic. And this peak towards high mid should guarantee this yet again.
Of situation for them to be in, but still, regardless, they need to try and hold for as long as they possibly can. Again, mana being taken out early is one of the biggest downsides for Team Vampiric, but they need to try and hold for as long as they possibly can. Execution over towards this B side, but look at the crossfire. It's just way too perfect. It's just way too beautiful. Kakarot dashing in towards his death. And even though he gets the side control, they don't know exactly what the players are. And yep, that's one, that's two, that's three. One more to add to the tally, and that's gonna be Ben gonna get the final blow. 7 and 11. My God.
Next time I meet Vanka in one of my games, I'm gonna be like, bro, please play like this.
You wanted to dash it to the side by doing 360s?
More like, just roll over everybody so it might be an easier W.
Yep.
I think it's more about me in the sense, I think I'm the greedy one here. That's why I end up taking the L from time to time. But nonetheless, at this phase of the game, we get to see Todefosis, we get to see the Blade Storm, which are all game-changing ultimates, right? Because it allows you to get picks that normally aren't accessible to you. This play from Kakarot, he's blind as a bat, and that's unfortunate. The right click goes away from him. No! That is a heartbreak. That is just utility purely demolishing what could have been the opening that they desperately need here, Vampiric. A very, very chill hold from Chilcord. And boy, oh boy. This second half has been a resurgence. Ever since they were given double digits, they've been looking like different beasts altogether. The first half, well put together. They didn't let an inch past that third round affect them whatsoever. And in the second half, they're looking yet again to restabilize and at this point just end the game.
It's just really, really
You want to play? Let's
problematic
play.
on that end. But the Dual Force in hand maybe could be the game changer that they need, and the Dual Force is going to be able to find it all. Too much of an aggressive play really that cost them here. And the members of Vampiric, they're able to retaliate. They get a couple of frags, but Satan's still very much alive. With this 1 versus 3 situation on his hands, I don't know how he's gonna try and find this, but maybe he can pull off a miracle here. He is playing a fade, so he has ample amounts of information to be gained. But
Right
the
now-
real question is, will he check out logs? He's not checking logs!
Nightfall does get him the first as well, though. Kakarot, but Ratchet finds the trade.
That's a pretty common position to check. He doesn't check logs before he jumps in.
And he had another
secondary
prowler there. Ay. Satan almost lived up to his name, right? The demon play almost was on display.
He had the best gun for it as well.
4 rounds, are you a believer in the comeback?
It's gonna be tough. If they're not able to take down Glyph early on, I don't think they have an opportunity for this. But Cell, with an operator in his hand, could just pull off a miracle here as well. But
There we go.
Lift, yeah, he's just too quick on it. Extinct going out. That's rough. That's tough. But Mana,
Bring them down.
if he stays alive, there's a good opportunity for them to hold this round down.
There's no real estate that they have. Mama finally takes that trade and take that fight, more importantly, which sort of leaves mid a little ambiguous. Hurt. Surprisingly, he did not commit the tailwind to its switch. Oh, Vanka, the boss found his position.
I think
and
it's
they are well aware. TB to
We
his
know he
back
has
side. They have a backup here, and it's on Venka to go immaculate again. Gets a double, and Techno to chime in yet again. It's all on a Celti. Has that operator, has that headhunter. His position discovered. Techno waiting with maybe a paranoia in his hands.
Teleport's ready.
Oh, did he spot him? I think he did. Celti knows what's up, and so does Techno. Oh no, it's like they're playing Gabaldi with him at this point. Whew, that was about to get messy. 13-8. And a job well done by Chillcord and Co. That could have gotten messy, as we've seen in that second half. They managed to stabilize, they managed to keep their calm, and at the end of the day, this victory is going to solidify the reason they're here. This is the most unpredictable match so far tonight, Aggressive, and I'm glad that you got to join this and cap this day off as an... I'd say an eventful day too. We've had a decent upset in terms of Orangutan just losing out on Haven in such a fashion. We've had True Rippers come back in form. We've had OnlyFriends who delivered the fastest game of the tournament maybe so far with the swift 13-0 over on Ascent. And we ended off with Chillcord in not so much of a chill fashion, but more of a controlled manner in which they were able to deal with their opposition and continue in this bracket. Because it's best of one single elimination, baby. Everybody is in it to risk it, and nobody is free until they get their hands on their biscuit, which is still to come. So there are a couple more days to go. Aggressive, what do you think of the matchup, man? I feel like this was the closest. This was the best that we've had so far, and there's still a whole lot more to come.
Just have to wait and see, because this match for Shellcord, I personally believe that they were not playing to the level that they really could if you give them another opportunity to come back even stronger, because I do believe that the team here just was playing a bit too lackluster, but you have to give it to Team Vampiric to be able to punish a lot of the mistakes being made by Chillcord. Now, you could say that, hey, there was a massive skill discrepancy. Yes, there was. When it came down to the overarching macro gameplay in the way that they want to play around with. Micro-wise, the mechanics were good from both sides. A little bit of nerves on the side of Kakarot was acting up. When you get shut down this heavily as a jet, it's going to start building up on you slowly but surely. But hey, as a player, you just need to bounce back, come back even stronger. And I love that about the side of Team Vampiric. Even though the odds were not in their favor, they still kept on fighting. They were getting the frags. They were making sure to get their name out there. And the fact that they were able to punish so many of these aggressive plays being made by Chillcord is one of the main reasons why I do believe this squad can go the distance, because we have seen this even from professional level teams who are on the tier 1 scene, that sometimes these aggressive plays, they have no way of shutting them down until it's like, what, 5-6 rounds over. But for Team Vampiric, you snap your finger, and in the second round, they already understand that, hey, there's a possibility of an aggressive play. We can just wait here. We can use the 2 force in our hands or use the operator to punish these sort of aggressive plays and shut them down right then and there.
Yeah,
Adaptability is key, and for Team Vampiric, they had that. But from the other side, Chillcord, no disrespect to you guys. You were an absolute beast. You played phenomenally. And Venka, those entries may be good on a tournament setting, but best not to do it in ranked unless you want to get screamed at.
Yeah, I feel like with the way you described that match, right, it couldn't have been in any other way. Now, if a lot of this result that Vampiric did end up putting was based purely on results, which I believe it is. You see the rounds that they did win, and you can say that they purely won it off merit. It's not because one fight went their way, X circumstance went their way. It looks like they were prepared to some extent. That story completely changed when Chillcord were on their defense. It just felt like Chillcord on their defense were so comfortable. As soon as they were able to invest into an operator on the Glyph's hands, that's all the team needed. Vanka was allowed to his own devices. Satan pulled off a couple of insane plays. Techno Bruno was very good on the side hold alongside Benka on that B side, and the breach. Sholek did his absolute best. So on the side of Chillcord, everybody came in when it was required, and it was truly visible on the second half. You notice the crossfires they set, you notice the way they play off each other, and it's just delightful.
Insanity when you think about it. Just so beautiful the way that everything was played out here, one step at a time, no problems whatsoever. And Chillcord, yeah, were they playing to their 100%? Not exactly, but if this is what they're like when they're, of course, chilling out as a squad, what's going to happen when they're starting to play a lot more in that serious fashion? That's what I'm really looking forward to here, because their aim, ooh la la, absolutely crispy, no misses whatsoever. And then if you have a flashy player like Benka on your side to keep up team morale, constantly going in for plays like that, and maybe just, you know, spicing things up from time to time, you know for a fact that the team can easily go the distance, correct?
Yep.
You
And for
need
those-
some of those X factors.
You know, in all honesty, for those teams who aren't really able to make the best out of Qualifier 1, for example, Team vampiric, there's always Qualifier 2, my friend. And it's right around the corner. So if you are a team that has played in Qualifier 1 or has just gotten to know about this and is eager to get their hands at maybe a slot even on LAN, well, Qualifier 2 is exactly where we need to see you. And you might see yourself here at Esports Club's stream, both on YouTube and on Loco.
Trying to hide.
Let's have to see exactly what we have in store for Qualifiers 2 as well, because I believe a lot of the other big names are going to come in Qualifiers 2. We have seen this over and over again whenever we have a 2 qualifier set for any big tournament, that a lot of the big teams such as Lost, GGE, they come in Qualifiers 2 because they know for a fact they can guarantee a spot in those group stages. But sometimes having that buffer of being on stage 1 just allows you to have that, you know, that little bit of a safety net, like, hey, we lost out on Qualifiers 1, we still have Qualifiers 2 to improve on. But a lot of these younger teams, a lot of these newer teams, they have a lot of talent, you have to say. I'm pretty sure you remember Orgless from yesterday. I don't know if you watched the match or not, but Sami,
Friend?
Ivan, Zoid, everyone was there. Like, none of us expected a super team like this to show up. And the fact is, this one super team could be the ones to take it all away. Then look at OnlyFriends. OnlyFriends, a squad that was on the highs and lows, maybe in the top 8, going down to the top 12. It happened consistently to them, and now they're highly contested to be one of the best teams of our region, being up in the top 6, top 5 as well. You never really know what these tournaments can produce. And in this situation, that's exactly what happened.
And let's not forget True Rippers as well. Another
Oh yeah,
team
True Rippers
that's
is coming on
looking
a charge too.
to be on the top, baby. And all these teams we did get a see today. You know, Orangutan got, I'd say, well put in place by the members of Orgless, because with the way the fights went, it felt like there was such a big deficit in terms of what the base game plan was for either team. So Orgless are certainly stepping up and proving to be quite the force. And what a platform did they have to prove their force, right? Maybe if they make it all the way to the top 8, maybe if they make it all the way to Bangalore, then there might be a chance. But that is something that they need to keep fighting for, and they need to keep performing to their absolute best. It's been a pleasure, Aggressive, to have a delightful 4 games today, with all of it being best of 1. Everybody played it like it's their last in this Qualifier 1, and that is something that's going to proceed for just a little longer. And for those little longer moments, ladies and gentlemen, you need to be aware of every time we go live. A simple way of doing that is hitting the bell and hitting the subscribe down below if you're watching us on YouTube, and do follow us on Loco. We're just going to be done with the stream, so you know what? If you are going to have your dinner right now, do go on Loco, see who else of your favorite streamers are going to be online, and enjoy your meal with a lot of nice entertainment. A huge shout out to AMD, Ryzen, and Windows 11 alongside Crucial for making this possible. And we'll see you right here again tomorrow, same time, same place.
Yeah, man.
the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics.